Hello there, hello there, hello there. Welcome back to the Random Show, episode number 119 with I, your host, Agostino Zinga. I hope you are doing well wherever this show is finding you. We're going to start things off with a tune. We're going to get it going. Let's go.
Trying to get my pockets bigger than a thick boy. Swagger so lit, it probably make you sick, boy.
Yeah.
If you looking for the wave, this is it. Me
Yeah.
and Griffin had to flip it to some old school shit. Riding in the whip, wheels jumping on hydraulics. I've been grinding every day, feeling like a workaholic.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
even really call it, I just call it what it is. Do it big like Brennan and make everything fit.
Big up, Brendan.
Brendan is a thick boy.
Yeah, big,
That boy big as fuck.
big.
Tell me why you're so thick, boy.
Biggie big.
Don't you work out enough?
Don't you want
You got baby making hips, boy.
baby, hip, hip, hip.
That booty wide as a truck.
Oh,
Even though we give you shit, boy,
yeah, yeah.
we still gotta give it up.
What's good?
Let me tell you about the thick boy.
Yo, if you're tuning in, make sure you like that. Smash that like button down below. Let's fucking go.
Riding around the city making big noise. Small city kid in a big town. First name Brendan, friends call him Big Brown. Like Drake on 1,000 sedatives. It's hard to find somebody that's better.
Hey, yo, Eric, I love you and stuff, but this is ultimate cuck boy. Making a song about your fucking boss and crooning over how thick and big he is. That's ultimate GAY. You're sus, brother. You're sus, but let's go.
Better than Big Brown, pound for pound. Riding around town, can't believe what I found.
Pound for pound, what the fuck's he talking about? Does he want to smash Brendan or is he giving him big ups? I don't know. L's in the chat for fucking Eric Griffin. L's in the chat.
Brandon shop, thick boy mob. Tall, silky, buttery, corn on the cob.
Yo, pause, brother, pause.
Better lay the man for the job, cause CTE can't stop my dog. Brendan is a thick boy.
Yeah. Big.
That boy big as fuck.
Big.
Tell me why you're so thick, boy.
Tell me.
Don't you work out enough?
Yeah.
You got baby making hips, boy.
What's good?
That booty wide as a truck.
Yo, he's talking about Brendan's big bum. Yo, pause, brother, pause. No wonder the comments are closed. Let's go.
And even though we give you shit, boy, we still gotta get it up.
Nah. We gotta stop there. Get it up. Whoa. Eric's trying to fucking Brendan. Lil Browse is coming in with his fucking ether at the beginning. We started this show on an absolute mad thing. I apologize. I didn't know the lyrics went that deep. No pun intended. Double entendre. Deep dicks, thick boy bum, in, out, ooh, ah. Whatever. We're back. We're ready to roll. A little quick one. Yeah, let's do this thing, right? A little quick one today. It's actually really warm here today in London. It's absolutely baking. I fucking hate it when it's warm. I'm not gonna lie. I keep telling you guys, I'm the sweatiest man that ever existed. I'm absolutely sweaty. It's not helping that I'm wearing black, but my skin absolutely it fucking oozes fucking sweat juice. When I go to the gym, my whole face is covered, my back is covered, my arms are covered. I'm a fucking sweaty man. So you can only imagine what I must have looked like when I was on MDMA. When I was doing all that fucking crazy stuff and, you know, going crazy with the Class A's, can you imagine what I must have looked like? Right? I thought I looked all cool on the dance floor. I feel like I was in some movie, you know what I mean? I was in some fucking movie, but in reality, I must have looked like a fucking cracker just shaking from all the fucking MDMA sweats, right? So now I'm calm, but I have the blinds closed. I have this LED lamp in my fucking face right now. So if I keep swapping and wiping my brow, understand that it's because of that. And if I end the show soon, if I end the show early, it's going to be about 2 hours long, this show, I think so. But if I end it early, it's because I'm about to faint, okay? So please have patience with me. Don't be too harsh on me, because if I end up fainting, I have to pause the show. I do apologize. But big up the chat. Big up everybody in here. Big up everybody joining in. I appreciate every single one of you. Charles, I see you. Rodeo. Oh, yeah. Big up my guy, Rodeo Britto. We got a show coming up as well. So big up him. We got Caseload Moses. We got Tom's Music Trade. We got Carlos, Alex Nos. Big up my guy, Kai, Koila. What's good? Big up Koila in the chat there. Big up Kevin. Big up Charles, Nick. Who else is in here? KC, I see you here. Say no more, Gov. I see you. Jody LaFlame, I see you. Andrew W, I see you. Let's fucking go. Let's end it. And in case you're fucking wondering what that tune was, I didn't make it. It's called Pound for Pound, featuring Eric Griffin and Lil Browse. It's actually on Thick Boy fucking recordings. You know what, actually? You know what the funny thing about it, right? This actually, they should have actually did this properly. Brendan should have actually put some time into actually putting together a record label like here. See, Thick Boy Records. They should have actually went forward and kind of did this. Like, imagine if they, you know what, this is, I'm gonna give this guy free fucking game, free entrepreneurial business ideas. Imagine if Brendan would have done this. Scrap the stand-up career, forget making fucking Mexican cookie jokes, and just do like a Thick Boy show where you take on road with you all your kind of crew, Eric, Chris, or somebody, or anybody else that wants to join in, right? Everyone, all the kind of hangers on he has there. He has fucking, what's his face? He has Chin. Singing his fucking Filipino crying R&B shit. You get Lil Browse on there doing his fucking frat boy rap. Eric Griffin comes out with his Mr. Potato face, and does his fucking singing shit. And then you get Brendan closing it off with some comedy. Like, make it like a variety show. Everyone goes out there and does their little thing, and then you kind of cap it off. That'd actually be quite fun. That would be way more fun than doing whatever they're doing here in this regard, in my personal opinion. But again, what do I know? I'm an absolute redact. I'm just some random guy on the internet talking out my absolute ass. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, moving on from that one, I hope you're all well wherever you may be. I hope you are doing swimmingly. Hope you're doing as well as I am. Many things to run through. Like I said, I'm not going to be here as long as I probably would want to. I might do another show later on tonight, but it's really, like I said, it's really warm here in London, and I don't want to be sitting in front of this fucking LED lamp all fucking day. But you know what? You got a content, so it is what it is. So let's continue. So first thing on the docket to talk about, and I want to kind of get out there. I'm not sure if you've been paying attention. I'm the person that cares about this stuff, but the No Jumper drama has been interesting to watch from afar, especially the guys kind of who left. One of them being Duno. He left to go and do his own thing, Brown Bag podcast. And then during the process of leaving, Brown Bag podcast announced that he had a deal signed up with Power 106, which is a big station out there in LA. So a big little deal there. They had like a morning show they were going to do and their podcast on the side. So, you know, double money, double dipping, amazing opportunities for their careers to kind of grow themselves as a brand, media, blah, 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 all that good stuff. Very soon after them announcing the deal and doing a couple of shows, Duno randomly wasn't on the show anymore. And no one really understood what was happening. And then later on, he kind of let it be known that he kind of walked away. But then it also was let, you know, we kind of could read between lines and see most likely Power 106 fired him. And why they fire him? Because he made a really unsavory joke about Oscar De La Hoya being a cokehead, which he probably is. But if you're working at a fucking mainstream radio station and you have Oscar De La Hoya as a guest on your show, and then on the Instagram post that you upload on your, you know, profile to fucking promote the show, you make a fucking cocaine joke, it's not going to go well with your fucking, you know, with your bosses. So that didn't resonate well with them. Then you end up kind of getting kicked off the show. And me and others, fans of the show, were like, you know what? That's a really dumb move for Duno. It's easy money. Why would you do that? But, you know, he does what he does. But we never got the opinion on the other side. We never got the opinion of his fellow crewmates as to like how they felt about the whole situation. And I felt like Letty, who's kind of the main kind of person from Brown Bag, she's more experienced, she's a bit older. She used to work in, I think she still works in radio if I'm not mistaken. She kind of knows the media game. So she was the one that kind of, you know, gave Duno a piece of her mind in the recent episode of Brown Bag, because since Duno left Brown Bag, the pod went on a bit of hiatus. I guess they had to get the business in order and make sure they can still do it, blah, 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 blah. But this video clip taken from the latest episode, number 92, it features Letty basically letting Duno know, hey, you fucked up in a big way and you painted us out to be something that we're not, when actuality, the issue was you, not us. And I feel like this is a really good example of what I've been talking about before, about these guys who'd have pods, who do content for a job, which I don't, for fuck's sake. Most of us do this stuff just for fun, just to fuck around. But we've got fucking real 9-to-5s that we go and slave away at, right? It's me in the fucking salt mines, like Francis and Ghana. I'm there in the fucking salt mines. I'm there fucking serving the whites some food on the fucking silver platter. Hey, sir, here you go, right? We have to do all this fucking crazy jobs. But for some reason, these guys who have the gift and they have the privilege and they have the fucking opportunity once in a lifetime to make money in this way, where you just sit in front of a microphone and you talk shit, they take it for granted. And I don't understand why they take it for granted. Why do these guys take such a great opportunity for granted? In this case, you got the podcast and you got an opportunity to make a salary working 5 days a week at a radio station. Yes, I know it's waking up in the morning, it's awful, but then you have to work like 4 hours a day. Fucking hell, get it done. But for some reason they don't. I don't understand why. Let's hear the clip of Letty giving Duno a piece of her mind and letting him know, no, you fumbled the bag. We didn't fumble the bag, pun intended.
Came into power after he interviewed with you guys at Community World.
Community World, yeah.
Your little podcast over there. And he came in, he's like, I saw your op yesterday. And we're like, who's our op? He's like, do you know? I'm like, that's not our op.
Bro, see, but people thought that. I was like,
because of you, bitch. Because of you. Can we fucking get to that? Can we get to the way that you fucking push shit out there? It makes it seem like it's Letty and Vic versus Duno. It's not. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch.
No,
And set that
you're
straight right
You're
now.
not joking.
No, set that straight
I'm
right now.
super joking. First of all,
I want to
first
throw
of
my
all,
lip gloss at you again.
fuck you. All right,
thank
and you,
you.
and you.
And fuck you. How about that? How about you made a decision for yourself?
Yeah.
We still love you.
I love
Right?
you guys too.
But it's not Duno versus Letty and Vic.
I didn't put
Sombra
that
Sala.
agenda.
Or Duno versus Power.
The internet put that agenda
But you don't help it by the shit you say, bitch.
by joking.
And this
Yes.
is Sombra Sala. Keep talking.
And I'm Angie from
I
Sombra
know.
Sala.
I
I'm
had to
Morning.
I had to confirm that. I was like,
Well, you
They were
have
like-
to.
But the
you have
way
to
that
be
you say
outspoken.
things-
it's good.
because
I don't
we
take nothing
know-
serious.
No, yeah, well, yeah, that's one. But no, it's because we know that we're good. Like all that shit was happening, we're still talking throughout
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
The internet thinks a whole
'Cause it's
different
only you
scenario.
Oh, yeah.
talking, And you know it. This is what I told Vic and the crew, is that you live in that. You like the conversations, the comments, the likes, and all of that. That's different for me. For me, it gives me anxiety because
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't even like. Who am I to like go back and forth with people online? Because then I'd be going back and forth about you.
Yeah.
Like when people say shit like low key, like it's not brown bag without Duno. Duh. Tell that bitch that. Tell him. Tell
Tell him
that
to wake
fool.
up.
Because it's not us.
Exactly. And that's the main thing that's really embarrassing about the whole situation. Obviously, the joke didn't help. I'm not one people who thinks that joke that he made about Oscar De La Hoya was the main reason why he got fired. I don't think that's the case. Obviously, it was in bad taste. I think. Let me see if I can actually pull it up. Actually, let's see if I can get it. Let me see what am I gonna write here. Duno Oscar De La Hoya joke. Let's see if I can find it. I'm sure he deleted the post from his fucking Instagram. But let's see if we can find it. Somebody upload it on. Let's see if it's available in images. The joke was obviously in bad taste, but I don't think Power 106 fired him because of the joke. They probably fired him because he just wasn't working well with them overall. I'd assume that was probably the case. And then the fucking joke was probably the final straw, as per usual with most, corporations that you work with. It's usually not one thing. It's usually like a catalogue of things. That kind of don't help things. But anyway, we don't have it there. It doesn't really matter. But I'm sure the joke didn't help things. And then overall, the kind of thing that probably fucked him over was the fact that he wasn't getting to the show on time, just was finding it hard to wake up in the morning and whatnot. And I don't understand it personally, because if it was me, and I had the opportunity to make some good salaried money, because I'd imagine being a host on a radio show, even if it is a morning show for a couple of hours in the morning, you're probably going to make a decent amount of money and a stable income as well. It's not something you have to kind of invoice for and stuff. Why not just bang that out for a year and then kind of bank that money? And then if you want to leave because you're tired of waking up at 4 a.m. every day, Monday to Friday, then fair enough. But just at least get something, in the bank for the time that you're there, and also squeeze as much opportunities that you can out of it. Because I'm sure working at Power 106 radio station, you get invited to fucking premieres, you get invited to certain parties, you go to certain meetings, soirees, shindigs, whatever it may be. All these industry things that you don't get a chance to do unless you're a part of a big radio corporation. You get to do over there. Why not do that? Why not do that? That makes more sense than just kind of fucking it all over in the space of what, a few months. It's really, really dumb. Let's continue anyway.
You know what I'm saying? And then, honestly,
Like, she's joking right now. That wasn't me.
Oh, sorry. I just said, wake up. That's a different thing.
But because of the shit you say, so it's still brown.
Wake up, you can wake up in the morning.
Should make it clear.
Yeah.
It's still brown bag. Letty and Vic hold down the radio side of brown bag. So that's brown bag mornings. And Duno supports it, even though he's a bitch and he talks shit.
No, I didn't
Hey,
talk
he
shit
doesn't
about
wake
it.
Ooh, I don't know
Wait,
hip hop
wait,
or
wait.
whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then there.
But there's also, I'm wondering, the whole waking up thing as well, because he's obviously Mexican. And if I'm not kind of, judging and making kind of sweeping statements, but I'd imagine similar to like African culture and Caribbeans and stuff, usually for the most part, especially if you're a boy, especially if you're the firstborn, you get away with murder at home. You get to stay at home for a while, unless you decide to leave yourself. You can live at home for as long as you want. You get away with murder underneath your, under your mother's nose and stuff. So essentially you're kind of grown, but you're also a bit of an infant. It happens a lot. I have some friends like that. Like, they're grown in terms of age, but brain-wise, they're not really all there in maturity, because you get a chance to kind of live at home and just basically be a big baby. And then also on top of that, the pressures aren't there. Like the pressure of 9 to 5, the pressure of kind of living on your own and having to pay rent and pay the bills and stuff and make sure the lights are on and the Wi-Fi is paid, that will make you wake up in the morning to do a radio gig. But if you're living at home, your mum's got rice and beans on the fucking table. There's always a nice bottle of kind of chilled juice or water in the fucking fridge. All your towels are always washed. Your underwear is always fucking folded. The pressure to wake up in the morning at 4 a.m. to the radio gig isn't there. So I can kind of understand why he's so lazy.
There's Brown Bag Podcast.
Yes.
And it's all under Brown Bag.
Yes.
Right? So the podcast happens every Thursday. We should make this clear. I like that
Yeah.
we're doing this.
Yes.
Brown Bag every Thursday, the podcast.
11 a.m.
Plus other 11 a.m. every Thursday.
Yes.
Plus other shit that's going to happen. We're thinking of extra content, vlogs, and
Yeah.
all of that. But every day, me and Vic and the crew, because it's everybody
Yeah.
minus Duno, that is willing
Yeah.
to wake up and be there and have fun. And we're having...
She's so... Letty's had you could tell, that issue with someone like a Letty that I kind of love about her is that we've all worked with somebody like this. Everyone's worked with somebody like this who, at first, you might see her and think, oh my God, she's so hot. She's so attractive. I want to be with her, right? Like, that's usually the first reaction. But then when you get to know them, they kind of turn into more like your work sister, your work kind of auntie, mummy kind of vibe. But they kind of get you under their wing. And usually, you might start together, but then maybe she gets a job being a manager or something. But she always looks after you, because you started together at the same time. She's always kind of got your back. She kind of gives you a bit of tough loving, kind of encourages you, blah, blah, blah. But you always kind of got each other's back sort of thing, right? But the issue with people like her is that when you kind of piss them off, when you kind of break their trust, when they feel like they can't count on you anymore, it's over. They don't ever look at you the same. They kind of have a bit of detachment, they kind of have a bit of distance towards you. And I'm feeling that now with Letty, because in the beginning, her and Duno was super close, hugging all the time, making little inside jokes. She would treat him like a little son, pinching his cheeks. But now she's talking to him like a little bit like she's sunning him. You know what I mean? It's a little bit like, look, you nearly fucked this opportunity up for all of us. So she's kind of letting him be known in a loving but also a very direct way. You fucked up. You couldn't wake up early enough. You fucking fat shit. Blah, 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 blah. It's a bit sad to see, to be fair, because they were so close before. But, it is what it is.
having fun, right?
Oh, yeah, we're having so much fun without Duno.
Yeah. And I'm happy for Duno that
Exactly.
he's doing his thing and he's
gets
happy.
his fucking beauty rest, and I hope that he puts a mask
As-
on and fucking
as a friend of the friends,
It's
but-
so embarrassing.
bitch.
Oh my God.
I love this
As-
abusiveness.
As a person that loves Duno, I'm happy that he's happy. I seen him at EDC.
As a person that loves kissing Duno's ass, how about that?
Exactly.
Tell him what you really think.
No, I'm telling him.
Okay.
Bro, I told him. I've been
Propose.
consistent.
Propose. Yeah, get him.
And that's a sad thing as well, looking at this little clip. Clearly, these guys have a lot of chemistry. They all come from the same, part of the world, similar type of culture, whatever it may be. They've got a really good niche going on there. This could have worked. And Duno just fucked it because he couldn't wake up in the morning. Like, what a crazy dude, man. Absolutely crazy.
Money and tell
I've been
him.
telling him. I said, I'm happy that he's happy. I see him out and I'm like, he's happy.
But he also doesn't like the way that you routed certain shit. Like we all didn't like the way that you routed certain shit, but you're a
Routed?
kid.
Routed.
Routed.
Oh, rowdy. Oh, I was like, I'm
Because you
burning
could have made it
down.
very plain and like, hey, I love my family. They're still holding it down, but I just couldn't do it. Versus, oh yeah, power doesn't let me because I listen to corridos. And but shout out Vic and Letty, whatever they're doing. And it feels very like
I feel very me.
You know what's really sad also? I remember reading, or I saw somewhere. I think Terrell said something like, do not also mess up opportunity for them. So I think when they went to Power 106, if I'm not mistaken, this podcast, there was all these other opportunities that they were going to bring in. So they're going to have the other guys at Figmunity also maybe do shows on Power or come as guests. So Duno leaving basically fucked that whole shit up because he was their contact to kind of get a bring in there because, you know, they're not probably close to the other guys. So he fucked not only himself on the radio, he also fucked the opportunity for his other friends to get on there as guests and shit. Perfect.
I get it.
but also you're that era and you're that generation.
Yeah, I'm
and that's
okay
not my
with the-
generation.
Yeah, because I don't like. I think people were like, I don't I'm not like,
Yeah.
replying to comments like going back and forth online.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just talk about it and I'm like, it's because, like, bro, like I try to the way I try to tell people is like, bro, I don't. It doesn't affect me when I go to sleep.
It,
Like,
it
I-
does. It
Yeah,
does, and you're lying.
Exactly.
No, because
Us not talking, at least giving each other space, it affected you.
No, but that's personal relations. What I mean is
Yeah.
online shit. What I mean is like the.
Oh, got
that's
you,
what I
got
meant.
you.
Obviously,
Comments,
us,
commenting.
like yeah.
Oh, so they weren't talking for a while. So all the stuff again, the internet is never wrong. And I think unfortunately these guys don't actually get it. Because I think if you do enough content online, if you put enough of yourself out there, it's very easy for people to kind of figure out what's going on, even if you don't say it. And I think a lot of people kind of came to the conclusion or assumed, like I did, that Letty and Duno did fall out because of the whole Duno not be able to wake up in the morning and go do the fucking brown bag show on Power in the morning. And it's clear they did because they're saying here, they didn't talk for a while.
Okay, like if we're being super clear, like yeah, we got into it. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Letty did scream at each other.
We
They
got into it.
We all got into. We got into it
About the podcast, not about radio.
Yeah, no, it was just in general. We got
Yeah.
into it about that, and I decided that, you know what, I'm not gonna do this part, but they're doing it.
Yeah.
I've never once been like, oh, like no, like I'm like nah, go fuck with them. Like I don't reply to the.
Yeah,
it's
but
not-
the way that you said it was very disconnecting
The
yourself.
tweet.
And I had a conversation with you about it.
Yeah.
Like that we may have had a disagreement, prioritize different things
Straight up.
and there's just something about Duno and commitment. Like let's be real. There's something about you being feel like you're tied down that you don't like it and you're gonna stretch. And I think that's what girls, that's what school, that's with work.
Nah, Letty's giving him too much of a rope there. It's not to do with that. Let's not make it into a fucking mental health issue, relationship stuff. Nah, the guy is just lazy. It is what it is. We meet loads of people like that before. I've worked in places before where it's fucking easy packing jobs in warehouses, and the guy next to you is doing the fucking bare minimum and then waits until the very last moment to fucking do his job. Then if he has to stay a little bit longer, he starts whining and complaining. But if he just would have done a little bit every fucking minute or so, he would have been fine. Similar to Duno. Just take it for granted because you can take it for granted. Let's not turn it into like, oh, it's a relationship thing. It's because you grew up in a single family household. And no, the guy's just a lazy fat fuck. Just say it out as it is. Let's be plain.
And that's neither here nor there. Fuck it. That's just the type of person you are. So it's like, that's not fit for you. That type of a partnership isn't fit for you. But it also was like, I was becoming a shitty person to the crew, trying to please you, but you're unpleasable because you didn't like it, right? And also, I promise you, like, I didn't try to force you into this shit. I didn't try to force literally anybody into it. But I don't like personally that narrative of me trying to force you guys into radio because that's my game.
No, 100%.
Right?
No, and
It's like I brought you to the league. Like, hey, come on the Lakers, and you're like, nah, I like playing on the street. And it's like, it's just what it is. You can be the
Fucking hell. That's a brutal analogy. Come play in the league, be a bench player for like the season, make a couple of good million, become famous, have the fucking adoration of an entire city behind you, entire state, sorry. Not the state B. Or play in the streets. Now I'd rather play in the streets and have a gun in my sock as I'm playing fucking pick up basketball because I can't be able to wake up in the morning to go training. That's a brutal analogy.
biggest ball player on the street, but it's like you just didn't fuck with not even the censorship, but what it would require to have that type of a level. of like professional.
Letty's fucking brutalizing him. You're not professional. You don't have the levels, not the acumen, the athleticism, the professionalism.
Yeah.
Not that you're not
You're not an adult. The mindset. Look, he's getting fucking ripped to shreds.
professional. You handle yourself in like
Letty, you're kind of saying he's not professional. To be fair,
in your projects. I don't like that people make it seem like you're lazy because
yes, he is. You just said it. I love it. She's being nice, but let's be real. You're calling him lazy. He can't wake up. He wants to play street basketball instead of training for the fucking playing for the Lakers. That's the epitome of laziness.
you are professional. You do show up, but in that type of a committed relationship, is you're just like, no, I can't do that shit.
To me, it was more about. It was just. I think it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
And it's just,
literally, you wouldn't have liked it anyway. Even if we fucking were bending over backwards, you wouldn't have fucked with it.
And that was the agenda, and that's why, like, when they were saying that, I was like, I didn't like, you feel me? Like, I was like, I'm not okay. I'll sit here and but I was like, no, that's their thing.
Part.
Like, that's their thing. Like. When it comes to that, you fucking you're great at at that thing. Just like how like when it comes to certain type of vlogs and certain things like that, that's just my thing. Yeah. And we talked, and when I was talking,
nah, that's not a good example, man. To be fair, I don't give a fuck, man. You should have to do two. You should have to do both. If you can record your own content and you can, clip stuff up and you can edit and you can make thumbnails and you're a whiz on, I don't know, with SEO stuff and just generally you kind of get that sort of stuff, it shouldn't be difficult to make the transition to do a little corporate gig, a little mainstream gig here and there. It should be fucking easy. That's an absolute excuse. That's cope. I don't buy it in the slightest. But it's good to see that the Brown Bad podcast is back. And they're doing their own thing there. So check them out if you do want to do that. Actually, I'll show you their channel. This is their channel on fucking YouTube there. They've got 60k subscribers. They do pods on their Brown Bag. So if you want the Hispanic side of things in terms of cultural community sort of conversation, then definitely check out Brown Bag. Really good. They obviously got good chemistry. They also obviously get on well. Good conversations and shit. It's just a shame that Dudo's a fat, lazy piece of shit. Fat, lazy piece of shit. Fat, lazy piece of shit. It's just a shame. Dudo's a fat piece of lazy shit. Anyway, moving on from that one, let's go to this. I want to see some clips here. Let's just see some clips. One clip I want to see, actually. I want to see what you guys think about this. Let me see if I can get it. There's a clip on here where Pauly Shaw is on the fucking Fight Companion and he leaves with fucking Schmo. And people on the subreddit are saying that they may have gone to the toilet to do coke or some shit. But I'm not too sure if that's true. Maybe they just, it's a coincidence they left together. I'm not really too sure. Let me see if I can find it here. There's a clip somewhere around here. I'm just trying to scrub where they both leave. And then it seems like they both went to go do coke together in the fucking toilets. Let's see if this is true. What do you guys think? Let's see if I can get it up on it. I'm not sure where the fucking timestamp is. I should have probably searched this beforehand. Let's see if I can find it. It's somewhere around. Let's see if I can drag it across and see if I can find a bit where Pauly leaves and then Schmo follows him soon after. Was it around here? Let's see if it's here. Scrolling across. Was it there? No, it isn't. Let's see here. Come on. Who gets up here? Where is it? Nope, it's not here. Nope. Where is it? He gets up somewhere and goes to do something. I'm gonna go pee or something. Where is it? Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I don't know where it is. Do I? I should have done this before. God damn it! I was so warm, I forgot to fucking check this. I'm blaming the fucking heat. I'm blaming the heat. That's what I'm blaming. I'm blaming the fucking heat like Ty blamed the rain when Arsenal lost that time. Fuck it. All right, cool. I'll come back to it later. Let's go to another clip. For now, let's jump on to the Fighter and fucking Kid channel on YouTube. They've got a clip here that is titled Brendan Schaub gets called out by Pauly Shaw for ignoring comments. Let's see what this is about. I haven't checked this out. Let's see what they're saying here. Boom, boom, boom.
To go to the comments or no? Because I know there's going to be some bad comments about us right now.
Yeah, you don't want that, Paul. You don't need that in your life, dog.
You don't want that
smoke. No, you don't want that, man.
I love how quickly fucking Brendan shuts down any possibility of engaging with comments. He fucking hates comments. Comments are his kryptonite, which is weird because when you're doing a live stream like I am, the comments are part of the conversation, innit, right? Innit, Charles? Innit, Trug? Innit, Mr. Mace? Innit, Cheese Food? Innit, Rodeo? Innit, Eddie? Innit, M-Dubs? That's part of the conversation, but for some reason, with this guy, when it comes to comments, he runs away from them. It's like fucking kryptonite. It's like, he can't fucking handle it in the slightest. It's so bizarre.
So we don't go to the comments?
Never. You can if you want.
Chin?
I can do the good comments if you want. You want Chin to read some of the comments?
I can do the good comments if you want. Chin's a good soldier though, man. I give Chin a little stick, but Chin's a good fucking soldier. He's the one person that stood by Brendan through rain or shine. Even more so than fucking Brian Callen. Chin has been there. I've always said it from the beginning. Chin deserves a pay rise. He deserves all the monies that's owed to him, because without Chin, the whole Thick Boy empire crumbles. He's a one-man publishing, producing, recording, videographer, sound engineer machine. He does everything. The switching of the scenes, the audio, the visuals, the fucking probably the titles. I think everything he doesn't do maybe is the thumbnails and shit. But he honestly deserves all the money in the world, because without that guy, Brendan would have no empire, because he can't. According to BGL, he doesn't record, he doesn't edit, he doesn't know anything. In terms, people sending fucking captions to post on his Instagram. It's quite bizarre. So Chin deserves everything, to be fair.
I'm a TK. Good comments.
Can you put a couple? Yeah, a couple.
When you say it like that, meaning there's probably some really bad ones. It's
Chin,
like, when you go, well, I can read the good ones.
Chin goes, there's a few.
Tell us what's really happening.
Yeah, Chin goes, there's a few good ones I could read.
Yeah, Brendan, do that. Why does Brendan do that thing? Oh, let me just rewind it. Why does Brendan do that thing where he repeats people's jokes? Do you guys do that in the chat? Let me know in the chat if you do that. Is that something that people do in conversations where you just repeat the joke? Usually you add to the joke or you make a different spin of it, but you just repeat what the person said. Like, listen to what Eric said.
Probably some really bad ones. It's
Chin,
like,
Chin,
when you go, well, I can read the good ones.
Chin goes, there's a few.
Tell us what's really happening.
Yeah, Chin goes, there's a few good ones I could read.
Like, why does he do that so often? Eric said you can make the joke, and then Brendan just repeated in his own words. It's like, huh?
Jordan Olafson says, love you, Pauly.
Hey.
See, Olafson.
Chase Fuller, Pauly is a man. Like the way.
Now here are the Reddit comments.
Anyway, you got the gist of it. I personally think this show would be improved considerably if they had the comments at least on screen. They don't need to engage in them, but hearing Brendan speak and fuck shit up, or them, just have an awkward moment, and then seeing the corresponding, text on the screen would definitely make the show way more fun. Or if they just had a random section where people could super chat in questions on the fly. And most of them will be trolly stuff, but for sure, I guarantee you, it'd be super fucking funny. I swear to God, it'd be super funny. It'd work a treat. It'd make the show a little bit more dynamic, add some layers to it, especially when they're having like a dull moment and they don't have what to talk about, because for some reason, Brendan persists with having a crew of people he doesn't really know. I always said I think this show would work better if they had 3 people on the show that were like permanent. So Brendan, another person, maybe Brian or Eric or somebody else, but 3 people that are permanent and then 1 guest that kind of rotates. That would work better. There would be better chemistry. When it's just like Brendan and 3 other people that don't know each other, it's really odd because you have to kind of like on camera, get to know each other, have some sort of banter and whatever it may be, click and connect right on screen at the same time while watching a fucking 4-hour fight card. It makes no sense. So if you want to improve the show, have 3 permanent guests on there with 1 co-guest that comes on here and there, and then have the fucking comments on the screen to see, or at the very least, call out fucking super chats above a certain amount. If they wanted, they could even grift it and say, fuck it, we're only gonna fucking call out super chats at £50, $50 plus. The Reddit will fucking destroy them, but you can make some easy money, get trolled, and make the show fucking funny. That would be a good way to go about it. But again, what do I know? I'm a fucking redact. I don't know jack shit. I'm just a random guy on the internet talking out my fucking ass. Next on the list, we got this clip. This is a great one. This features Laura Sanko, the effervescent Laura Sanko. I, for one, cannot understand how Brendan gets these guests on his show, because I feel like the SCHAUB'S show is 100% the worst thing he has under the Thick Boy umbrella. I think Fire and the Kid is decent if you like them, you know, whatever. It's not for me, but if you like them, fair enough. I feel like the Fight Companion could be good too. If you like, you know, some people just want to hear background noise while listening to UFC. I know sometimes with me, when I watch UFC fight cards, I'll sometimes have it on mute. Depending on what fight is on, I'll take it off so I listen to the commentary, but most of the time I have other things playing and just watch it on mute. So some people might just want to have the Fight Companion in the background, so I get that. But the SCHAUB'S show, in terms of quality, in terms of the level of MMA, UFC shows out there right now, there's guys on YouTube that haven't even punched a fucking heavy bag, that have never done a fucking burpee, that do way better MMA, UFC content than Brendan does, which is weird because he's a fucking former fighter. So I'm always surprised how Brendan is able to get the guests that he gets on the SCHAUB'S show, personally. I know the original, you know, theory behind it from Ariel Helwani was that Brendan was promising his guest appearances on Rogan. I think that was probably true before when they were close. Now I don't think they're as close as they once were. And I also don't think it just seems too, you know, it seems too convenient of a fucking reason as to why he gets a guest on his show. But regardless, he had managed to pull them out, and he got Laura Sanko in there, who's, you know, doing great stuff over there at the UFC, and generally is somebody a lot of people have a lot of time for. She speaks really well in the sport and kind of is funny on camera, blah, blah, blah. So I can't understand why she would want to be, you know, attached to him in any way, shape or form. But regardless, this exchange was super, super funny. This is courtesy of T-Flat-K channel. Brandon Shaw blames CTE when Laura Sanko asked him an easy question. This is fucking hilarious. Watch this.
I'm curious if we're going to get an announcement of the, you know, more Ultimate Fighters on ESPN, not ESPN Plus and, you know, Fight Pass, but actual ESPN. I'm wondering how ESPN feels about it.
What year would season 10 have been? What year was that?
Oh, that would have been
season 10. She's asking is the year that Brendan Schaub was on that fucking UFC reality TV show contents thing. So she's asking him, what year were you on that show? Which is, you'd imagine, is a pretty pivotal, you know, part of his kind of career, a pivotal moment in his life. You would imagine he'd know off the cuff what year that was, because that was basically the launching ground for everything he's doing now. But listen to his reply.
What year would season 10 have been? What year was that?
Oh, that would have been 2018.
2018. Yo, this guy records this show too early in the morning. I've always said this. The show's fucking shit anyway, quality-wise. He doesn't do any research, doesn't fucking really kind of review the cards before he gets on the show. Chin reads out the fucking fight cards to him via Wikipedia on the show. He gets news from fucking Twitter. He doesn't even read the articles, just reads the headlines. So it's terrible. He doesn't do any work on it, and clearly it shows. But the other reason why the show's terrible is because he does it too early in the morning. For some reason, it feels like he does it right after he takes his kids to school, and he does it straight away, but he's clearly not a morning person. So if you're not a morning person, give yourself some time, drink some water, have a coffee, and do it later, my friend. How are you going to say 2018?
No,
yeah,
no, I'm sorry.
Earlier than that, I would think.
CT. That's literally 5 years
I shouldn't
ago.
laugh.
No, you should. It's fine.
It's not a joke,
I definitely have it. No, that would have been 2013.
Yeah, so I think
10
part of
years
it
ago?
too.
Now here,
Let's actually see it. When was it anyway? Season 10 of Tough. When was that? Oh my god, that was amazing. 2005. Come on, man. That's like graduating from uni or something, or like college. That should be something that's like ingrained in your memory. Oh shit, yeah, I remember that year. Worst year of my life, best year of my life. The year I met my wife, the year, you know, our kid was born, or the year the kid was fucking consummated, or whatever. But it would definitely be something that would be ingrained in your fucking brain. 2018, 2010, he got all the dates wrong. Every single one. The guy's an absolute legend, I swear to God, man. The guy is an absolute flipping legend. I love Laura Sanko's face, like she's like confused, like what? Let's do it one more time. Look at her face.
How ESPN feels about it.
What year would season 10 have been? What year was that?
Oh, that would have been 2018. No,
Yeah, 'cause
no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Earlier than that, I would think.
CT. That's literally 5 years
I shouldn't
ago.
laugh.
No, you should. It's fine.
It's not a joke,
I
actually.
definitely have it. No, that would have been 2013.
Yeah.
She said, okay, yeah, whatever. She's
So I think
10
part
years
of it
ago?
too.
2005, 2013. Oh, I fucking love it, man. I fucking love it. Oh, I fucking love it. Big up Brendan, man. Absolute fucking legend. Anyway, moving on from that one. Next clip here, we have this one. So, with this, right? I'm a little bit conflicted with this one. I have to disagree with the Firing the Kids subreddit. The Firing the Kids subreddit guys like to rag on Brendan a lot because they feel like he lies about his football career. They feel like he kind of embellishes the truth and it makes it seem as if he played in the NFL when he didn't. Now, it's difficult because for me, it's clear that he did have a trial, quote unquote, with the Buffalo Bills. There's record of it. He's got kit. He's got himself in the picture. He's got pictures of himself wearing the stuff. People remember him at that time, blah, blah, blah. He didn't play in the season. He didn't go in the official, he didn't play in the official matches and shit, but he clearly had a trial. In my book, that counts. I know you guys don't agree, but I feel like to get to the level where you're able to have a trial, even if it is a walk-on, quote-unquote, you still have to be at a certain level to get the opportunity. The fact that he got the opportunity, I feel like, is kind of proof enough that he did play at a high level at the Buffalo Bills or in the NFL. Personally, that's what I would say. I know some of you don't agree, but I think that's the case. So I think sometimes the Firing the Kids subreddit are a little bit too harsh on him when it comes to the football career, because I think he did have one. That's my opinion. But let's see what you guys think. This is a clip taken from the Thiccc channel. It said Brendan Schaub lies about NFL career and Brock Lesnar. Let's see.
So, because when you look at the successful guys who played football, went over the UFC, you'd have Brock Lesnar, Mitrione, myself, and then Greg Hardy.
Yeah.
I think the biggest one is Greg Hardy because he had the best NFL career out of all of us, right? I had a cappuccino with.
Yeah, so it's hard to say you had an NFL career if you had a trial. That's where I understand where people are getting annoyed. Because if I had a trial for Arsenal, if I had a trial for Man United, I can't say I'm a Premier League football player. If I then only played semi-professionally in the fucking Conference League or something. I can't say I'm a professional football player or I played in the Premier League because I had a trial with fucking Crystal Palace. That doesn't work that way. But he's kind of like, I get what he's saying, but it's still something to kind of like take credit for, that you went and did a trial, because you have to be at a certain level to get those trials. Not anybody can just walk into those trials. You have to be somewhat invited, have a contact, but also be a certain standard. But who knows?
Buffalo Bills. Mitrione played 6 years. Wasn't really like a starter. He got some play. Brock Lesnar just went to training camp. So me and Brock are similar. Training camp.
Something about.
But I hate when people, dude, if you could get, John Jones in the NFL, I'm like, oh, he wouldn't make it. He wouldn't get through high school football.
Yeah.
It's a different set of.
Being a high-level wrestler
has nothing to do with
such
football.
Athleticism.
No.
But you have to be crazy athletic to be.
But I also think there's a weird thing to mention here. There's a weird little undercurrent. Maybe it's just me and I'm kind of overanalyzing it. But I get the feeling that Brendan has a little bit of like resentment still that his NFL career didn't work out. There's a little bit of resentment there still. Even though he's super successful in the things that he's done post NFL career and he's made way more out of himself, despite his lack of fucking success in professional sports, he's done really well outside of it, despite all that sort of shit. And actually been one of the people I think that spearheaded the whole former athlete media thing, especially in the combat sports field. I still think there's a bit of resentment in him that his NFL career didn't work out the way he wanted it to. And for some reason, I feel like, I don't know why, again, maybe I'm playing the race card here. Please forgive me. I'm on my fucking Wakanda Forever shit right now. But I feel like he has a thing against black people. That's what I'm going to say. Something happened to Brendan in his NFL career. I don't know what position he played, tight end or something. Maybe there was some fucking black guys there who took his position. And ever since then, he's had a bit of an issue about it. Either that, or he's got some resentment because his wife maybe used to date loads of fucking former professional black athletes and shit, and maybe she's one of those women who kind of, you know, speaks about her exes a lot and stuff and name drops them as, oh my God, it's so good to see so-and-so do well, and it kind of just eats away at him. But there's something about black people and NFL that Brendan doesn't like. I'm not too sure what it is, but there's something about it. Look into it.
Be a world champion.
Those guys aren't they couldn't sniff the NFL athletic.
What's going on? I'm gonna tell you the transition. I'm gonna tell you what's going on in the transition from.
He had to repeat himself like 4 times to get his voice heard there. I'm gonna tell you before they let him speak. Look at that. Hear it one more time.
Those guys aren't they couldn't sniff the NFL athletic.
What's going on? I'm gonna tell you the transition. I'm gonna tell you what's going on in the transition.
They don't listen to shit. They're always interrupting each other. I'm gonna tell you.
From these guys. So you got, as you say, you played a little bit in NFL, and a lot of these
You played a little bit in NFL. No, he didn't. He even gave him that look like, I don't remember you. Because I think NFL football players are like Navy SEALs. They all know each other. They all know each other's stats, who played where, because there's loads of people out there that have fucking stolen valor NFL careers. So they all know each other. So even that look he gave him, you played a little bit NFL. He knows he didn't. Look at him.
So you got, as you say, you played a little bit in NFL.
That's a guy that doesn't believe you. You played a little bit NFL, right? He's setting you up. You played a little bit, didn't you, right? You said you played, right?
Fell and a lot of
these. With the other point, look at Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Didn't sniff the NFL.
Yeah. That's also above.
Brock Lesnar played 5 preseason games in the NFL. So Brock Lesnar had a better NFL career than fucking Brendan. Hilarious.
Because again, football is those intangible skills that take a long time to develop.
Brendan played 0 games in the NFL.
He was new. Like, I don't think he played in college, right? He played in high school.
Who?
Brock Lesnar. He's a wrestler in college.
He's a wrestler, yeah.
Brendan Schaub did not play NFL football for 1 second. Okay, cool. Tell me in the chat if I'm wrong. Actually, I'm gonna make a poll. Let's make a poll actually. If you had a trial for the Buffalo, if you had a trial for the Buffalo, Bills, can you give you time to can you say you played in the NFL? Can you say you played in the NFL? Let's see what you guys think, because I think you can, because that's still a big achievement, but maybe everyone's going to disagree with me here. Let's see what people say here. Can you say you played in the NFL if you had a trial for the Buffalo Bills? Because that's still a big deal, in my opinion, that you had a fucking trial for the Buffalo Bills. What do you guys think? Let's see what you think in the chat. No, no. Okay, no. Everyone's saying no. Holy shit. Okay, cool. Honestly, I don't know how. Can you, like, let's see, how do NFL trials work? How do NFL trials work? Because I swear you have to get invited to like football ones. Okay, cool. The majority of professional trials take place over a 6-week period in which a player will attend a training and play in matches. During this 6-week period, the coaches will assess the player on the 4 main areas. Okay, it's cool. So let's do this. How do you get invited to NFL trials? Let's see if that works. What are people saying? You just work out for coaches. Eddie D. Oh, so you're not working out for teams. You're going to the MDUS. Ags, Zinga, stop with your hot takes. No, never. Shitty hot takes forever and ever. Oh, every prediction I've had has fucking been awful. Okay, so how do you get scouted for? Yeah, that's it. How do you get scouted for NFL? To get recruited for football, athletes need to start by researching which division levels they qualify for athletically, which kind of schools they're interested in. Once they've created this target list of schools, no, but I mean for like, if you're not, can anyone try out? To eligible for draft, players must have been out of high school for at least 3 years and have used up their college eligibility to start. Hold on. So you can't play football if you don't go to college? Huh? So imagine if I'm just some like, yeah, how do you try out for a team? If I'm just some freak athlete just sitting at home and I think I could play for an NFL team, I can't go because I'm not in college. What? Instead of individual teams hosting tryouts, there are regional scouting combines which anyone can attend. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Anyone could attend to get their name on a team's radar. NFL teams send scouts to these combines to look for talent. Oh, so it doesn't work like football. Okay, in the UK, professional football, for the most part, you can get scouted to play for a professional football team here, which you call soccer, but it's actually football. If you like get scouted playing for another team, so if you're playing for like an amateur team somewhere, there might be a scout for Man United who might be passing by and see you. But most of the time, you'll go to trials. But to get to trials, you usually have to be invited, especially the higher level. There are some open trials for other same professional teams, but if you want to play for a professional team, you have to get invited. So you have to be of a certain standard. And if someone recommends you, then you go to a trial game and you play for that specific club. What they're saying here is that NFL has a draft, a combine, that kind of thing where they do fucking Olympic sports and stuff. They bench press, all that sort of shit, right? So I'm guessing in those generic NFL type of things, coaches are there from different franchises or just people representing the fucking league, and then they keep an eye out to see if there's anybody there with potential. So effectively, what Brendan did isn't playing in the NFL because anyone could do that. Now I understand why people are getting annoyed. I get it now. Because anybody could go to a fucking tryout for an NFL team. Oh, I understand. What we said, Agostino, Stephen Neal won many Super Bowls without college resume. Okay, cool. Yeah, I understand. Sorry, I got it completely wrong. You're right, Didi. I got it completely wrong. I assumed that you have to be at a certain level to get a trial to go to an NFL team, but you don't. You just have to kind of know when it's on, go, and then obviously impress, and then you can maybe get recommended to go to a team and shit. I understand. I understand people are getting annoyed now. Now I get it. When I was 10, someone said here, I got to play catch with the Toronto Blue Jays on a school trip, so I played the Elephant Graveyard. Okay, Elephant Graveyard, fuck you. Okay, fuck you. You put it really well. When I was 10, I got to play catch with the Toronto Blue Jays on a school trip. So I played in the MLB. Okay. I'll put my hands up. My hot take has been cancelled. I caught a ball. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I swear to God.
So, he's playing against guys, and there's just those details that make all the
But I'm saying he's athletic, couldn't sniff the NFL.
Now here are the Reddit comments.
Anyway, fuck that. But yeah, anyway, okay, cool. Now I understand. I completely get it why you guys think he's talking out of his ass and why that doesn't make complete sense, of course. And clearly he didn't play anywhere near to the NFL in the slightest. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was a good analogy, man. Thank you for demonstrating my redactness. Thank you for demonstrating my I'm absolutely swimming in sweat right now. Oh my God. Even my fucking arms, like this bit here, is sweating. Right, the little crevice on my fucking arm. You see that? Look at that. It's getting there. But yeah, the crevice on my arm is sweating. You know when you have this sweat here? That's when you know you're fucking sweating. God almighty. Anyway, continue. Let's see this clip. This clip is from the Find Kids sub. It says, Thick Boy providing guests with the finest cuisine. What's this about? Let's zoom in a little bit here. Let's go here. Let's see what this is about. Thick Boy providing guests with the finest cuisine. What's the finest cuisine? Let's check this out. Put it back on there. Let's go.
How's it going?
It's Polish are leaving, right?
Left the Gordita. Thanks, bud.
Eric taking it straight away.
Later, bro.
Later.
It's so awkward. Paulie left at the end because I guess he had a comedy store gig or something. So then he came for a little bit. And then as soon as he left, fucking Eric took the food. Come on, Eric, man. Act like you've been there before, man. Like, at least pretend, you know? At least pretend. Come on. He just grabbed it straight away. Oh, come on, let's play. Come on. Go.
Have a good one.
You left a gordita. Thanks, bud.
Eric took it. Grab. Right, I'm up. Look at that.
Later, bro.
Later.
He's trying to act shy. He wants to fucking eat that shit. Eric, you fat shit. Put it down. Come on. You don't need any more food. You got food at home. Put it down. You fucking ignoramus.
Good, man.
Okay, cool. Next one to talk about. Quick little clip here, courtesy of Fire and the Kid. Subreddit against his old dish, but it features Chris Bungard and Paul Craig discussing Papa's Euro tour. To be fair, everybody else but myself got this one wrong. I was one of the people who thought that Brendan would actually sell some tickets for the Euro tour, because obviously I went and bought a ticket like an idiot. Refunds coming soon. But I honestly did think he'd sell some tickets. I thought just for the novelty of it alone, American guy coming to the UK, Joe Rogan associated, I legitimately thought he'd get some tickets off the back of that alone. And maybe going on a podcast tour, he might go on True Geordie, he might do a few other pods and stuff. Like, I thought it would work out pretty well for him. But clearly, I underestimated the ambivalence, I guess, that people have towards him, or just the fact that people don't fucking give a shit, or they don't know who you are, and all that malarkey. But clearly, my hot take that he'd sell tickets here wasn't correct. I still think, though, to give myself a little bit of like a rope, whatever it may be, I think if Brendan would have just cut the tour down to 3 locations, Belfast, Manchester, London, and had them in locations that were like 500 capacity, not 2,000, I think he would have done okay. Because last time I checked the Scotland date or one of those dates, he already sold like 400 tickets. So he can clearly sell 300 to maybe 4, but selling 2,000 in theaters in the UK when you can't even sell out fucking comedy stores in the US is ridiculous. So anyway, this is a clip from long ago. I think it was last year where they were talking about it. And these guys guessed amazingly well. I didn't guess it well. They fucking called it. Let's play the clip.
Yeah, good, man.
Did you see Brendan SCHAUB'S coming to Glasgow?
I was going to bring that up, actually.
You're not going to go and see Brendan SCHAUB?
No way. How can that sell?
Been rescheduled a few times, eh? I think it was...
How can that who's going to that tour?
Where is it?
Fucking
the O2.
No, surely not the O2. Surely somewhere
the smaller one. But
Jimmy, let's check where.
Aye, go and check and see where this is.
Brendan SCHAUB'S playing in Glasgow. I think it is the O2 Academy.
Is it?
It will be.
Well, Michael Bisping.
Just get the
Michael Bisping sold out.
UFC fans like, hey Brendan.
I'm me.
So I met Brendan SCHAUB one time.
I've not been wrong yet.
So here's the thing. See if he invites you. Do you go?
No.
Aye.
Hi. Is he going to invite you?
Well, Michael Bisping invited me to his, but I like Michael Bisping and I went to his.
That's a different kettle, man. So I met Brendan SCHAUB one time at the Comedy Store in Hollywood, at LA. As I was going inside, he came outside, right? There's obviously all the crowd waiting.
This is such a believable story when it comes to Brendan. Oh, but let me end it. Oh, shit. Let me show the poll before I continue. The poll so far is 53 votes in. If you had a trial for the Buffalo Bills, can you say you played in the NFL? And a resounding 72% of people said no. My audience once again telling me that I'm talking out my asshole. Thank you. Thank you. Big up the poll. I'm going to end it now because it's making me feel bad. But anyway, big up everybody that entered that one. But this story here, right, is legitimately the most believable Brendan SCHAUB story you've ever heard. Even if you don't know these guys and you're struggling to understand the accent, just focus on what this guy's saying when he saw Brendan from afar. This sounds exactly like something Brendan would have done. Exactly like it. Let's play it one more time here.
As I was going inside, he came outside, right? There's obviously all the crowd waiting to go in. He's came out the door that the punters are going in, stood at the side of the road, pulled his phone out, looking about, just clearly kidding on he was on the phone just to be recognised. Right, and people were like, Brendan Schaub, and I was just like, yeah, he's a pie anyway.
He's a pie.
He kept turning around and like people were like, can I get a photo? Like, yeah, sure, man. And the phone was away. No, it wasn't in the phone anymore. Just phone was away, just to be recognised. And I was just like, nah, you're just a pie, man.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Brendan being at the Comedy Store, purposely coming outside just for the sake of it, acting like he's looking for somebody on his phone, walking up and down the Comedy Store, knowing full well that people in the queue would recognise him and say, yo, Brendan, let's get a picture, or whatever it may be, asking about UFC pics. Like, can you imagine that? The fucking ego that has to exist on you to do that sort of shit. That's so fucking cringe. But also kind of genius, because he knows if there's one place in the world he's going to get fucking recognized, most likely it's going to be at the UFC events, or it's going to be outside of some Comedy Store. Especially the ones that, you know, Rogan and crew used to fucking frequent. For sure that's going to happen. So anyway, big up these guys, Paul Craig and Co. They called it. I didn't call it correctly. I legitimately thought he was going to sell some tickets to the UK. He didn't sell the tickets. Now the fucking tour's been cancelled. And now he's fucking using the birth or the, you know, the announcement, sorry, that he's going to have a daughter soon as probably an excuse for why he's not going on tour, which is, I think, more despicable. I think there's more honor in just saying, hey, I couldn't sell some tickets. I'm not a draw. People don't give a fuck about me. I think there's more honor in that than saying, you know, I'm not going because of my kids or something. Using your kids as a fucking human shield. That's kind of deplorable, in my opinion anyway. But again, what do I know about shit, innit? What you guys saying here in the chat? You guys saying, and my hay fever also is fucking up. I'm super warm. I'm hot. And you know what's happening with me now? I'm warm and I'm hot. I keep whinging and complaining about it like a fucking bitch. So it's making me more warm and hot. I got this LED in my fucking light that if I don't put it on, look how dark it gets. You know, I look like a fucking ninja. All you can see is my fucking teeth. We don't fucking need that. So I put that on. And I'm wearing a black t-shirt, which is obviously the worst thing to be fucking wearing in this kind of heat. But we move, we progress. I'm a soldier. I'm fucking brave, right? Hashtag for me. Brave boy, let's fucking go. What are you guys saying in the chat? Rodeo saying it's like when people walk in towards the fashion shows and turning in circles and interests as a photographer can take pictures of you. Oh my god! Yes, I see that all the time. I saw that when I went to my first and only actual fashion show, which was the fucking Off-White show a few years ago. And that was the one thing I remember seeing, thinking, whoa, I didn't know that thing happened. So I remember when I pulled up to the show, this one Asian girl, she was, I don't know what she did. She might have paid the fucking Uber driver some extra money. But essentially, she had the door open, and then she kept like jumping in and out of the car. So you know those pictures they take of like fashion people like jumping out of the car and looking like elegant? I thought it was just like in the moment, the picture, the guy just like, you know, he's got his little shutter frame on and he's just fucking, you know, snapping away. No, actually the girl kept like going in the car and then jumping out. In the car, jumping out. In the car, jumping out. I was like, oh my God, imagine being that redacted. I was like, fucking hell. I just stood out there in my little fucking cup of Starbucks coffee thinking, shit, okay. Cool, man. Cool. No one took my picture, though. I was just wearing Levi's and some Air Force Ones. Not the most chicest thing to wear, do you know what I mean? I didn't have my fucking fashion clothes on. I just had some Levi's Air Force Ones, so no one took the ticket of me. What we're saying, yeah, Proven is telling me, I bought 2 tickets for the London show. My girl asked me, who's this? I told her, don't worry, you're not going to like it, but you're coming with me. That sounds like a Brian Callen sort of line. You're going to come with me. You're my girlfriend now. Shh. You're my girlfriend now. Come. But yeah. Eddie D says, Mike Davis sweats like he's running a marathon every Red Bar episode. Oh, really? Is it? Okay. So me and Mike David are fellow fucking sweat brothers. Me and Mike David. Good to see that. But anyway, let's continue on. Before I faint here. I'm making a big deal out of this because it's nothing. But yeah, this is a really good one too. This is Coach of the Final Kid subreddit again. It's this classic example of great guy, never met him. This, I wonder if this is CTE or if this is just like a form of alcoholism. Does that make sense? Maybe when you drink a lot and you do a lot of kind of, because he kind of does drugs. You know, Adderall and the nicotine is kind of like doing drugs, I think. So maybe this affects your like short-term memory. Is that the thing? Maybe. But not being able to remember that you are with certain people at certain places, this is kind of worrying, isn't it? I'd imagine. in my opinion. But let's play the clip anyway so you can see what I mean. But he doesn't remember this in the slightest. And he's not even joking as well. I think he's being honest. Let's play the clip.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Who the hell? You sure I was there?
Okay, so the girl that's a commentator or for Bellator, her husband.
Megan O'Leary?
No, for Bellator. Jennifer or something like that?
Oh, Jen Brown.
Jen,
Wes.
her husband. Yeah, Wes.
Yeah.
Wes Chatham.
Oh, that's my boy.
Yeah, he was with us.
He was?
Yeah.
Holy
You don't remember
shit,
this?
dude. I don't remember any of this.
Yeah.
The
Cool,
details, man. My brain can only hold so much. I think it goes delete.
The Expanse, I think, is called his show.
The Expanse, yeah. Like big time fan base.
Yeah.
They wanted to cancel it. They had freaking airplanes flying over the studios.
Then Jeff Bezos did it.
So are they doing it again?
I think they're done. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Wes like one of my favorite people on the planet.
Yeah,
I
cool.
do not remember him being there. He was at the show.
He was with us, but yeah.
In the green room?
We were at the hotel. We went to a bar. We ate food.
Holy shit,
yeah, dude.
You're sure I was there?
I'm 100%. That's the reason why we were there, for you.
Isn't that something to do with alcoholism? I'm sure it is, right? If you're an alcoholic, something like you just have these fucking memory gaps. Because I know with me, when I drink too much red wine, I have that where I have blackouts where I don't remember the last 4 hours or something. So if you want to take fucking advantage of me in a sexual manner, definitely get me drinking fucking red wine. So I'm sure this has something to do with it. Like if you start drinking fucking Tiger whiskey to the face, no chaser, no fucking ice, straight to the fucking face from the bottle, it's gonna affect your memory, isn't it? A little bit. Because he doesn't remember being with these guys in the slightest. He remembers going to the trip, but he doesn't remember those guys being there. And that guy he's speaking about is a pretty, well-known actor in fucking, The Expanse and shit. He's a very, noticeable guy because he's very handsome, he's in shape and shit. You'd imagine he'd kind of know who he is. And he'd remember when they went out, but he doesn't have any idea whatsoever.
Man. Yeah, I love Wes. One of my favorite people on this planet.
So anyways, I've been to Toronto, and I'm not sure if I've been to Vancouver, unless we went there.
Completely different.
Okay.
I mean, you got to remember how big Canada is. That's like saying, I've been to New York, same as LA, right? They're completely West Coast, East Coast, completely different. Vancouver's great, man. So expensive, though.
I can imagine.
Ooh, daddy. The real estate up there is,
I remember once, though, Canada, my Canada trip was, I had the stopover at Canada when I went to, where'd I go to? I think I was going to LA or something. I think I had a layover in Canada. And obviously I only brought American dollars with me. And I was arguing with one of the guys at the Hortons in the airport because I was fucking hungry. I didn't eat the whole fucking time. It'd been 10 hours, right? And I was starving ravaging and I didn't have any food to eat. So I was arguing with the guys at Hortons just to take and accept my American dollars. It doesn't matter. It's dollars are dollars. What's the difference anyway? Right? And the guy had to kind of explain to me, no, this is fucking Canada. We can't accept your fucking American dollars. You have to go to fucking America to use the dollars. And I couldn't understand. I was like, but he says dollars. Take my fucking dollars. And he wouldn't fucking take it. And I had to fucking go hungry for the next leg of my trip until I got to fucking LA and shit. It was so annoying. I swear to God.
must be top 10 in the world. I mean, it's so expensive out there.
I just remember Toronto being so clean and so many pretty freaking girls.
Yes.
Insanely.
I think best in the world. Toronto.
Yo, if you're married with a wife and kids, how do you know what country has the best girls in the world? Come on, man. At least don't say it on the fucking podcast. Honestly, these LA relationships are fucking weird. If I dealt with any girl that let me kind of go on pods and talk about what country had the best girls, like I was some fucking, what they call him? Passport bro. That would be the end of me. I would be dead. Do you know what I mean? That's the beauty maybe of dealing with, non-black women. You get the ability to maybe just run some crazy game because how do you get away with this? Yes, Toronto, best women. I can't wait to go back. It's okay. But yeah, big up Brendan not remembering people. Big up him loving Toronto and Vancouver for all the fucking baddies there. Maybe a couple of the addies also. We don't know. We're going to have to continue and hope for the best. Next on list here, we got this clip, courtesy of the Fire in the Kiss subreddit again. This one is a good one. Because this one, I think, is an example of just how far Brendan's star has fallen. And also the contrast in careers. And the fact that what's really interests me with this clip of Theo Vaughn's Instagram account is that he's never come back again. So if that whole thing about, you know, if that whole thing about Theo going away to get his mind right and stepping away from the podcast because he's doing too much on doing the King and the Sting and doing his show and all the other stuff, if that was the narrative was correct, he would have already made a guest appearance on the Golden Hour or something, or come back to the Fire and the Kid. The fact that he hasn't turned back and even waved at those guys since, and his career has only gone from strength to strength to strength. His podcast is getting fucking hundreds of thousands and millions of views. He's got great fucking guests on there all the time. Clearly, he ran away from Brendan for the betterment of his career, and it's only more obvious with this clip. Look at the contrast. Look at this clip. Look at him in the theater. Look at this. Look at this shit. That's a sold out fucking theater. That is a sold out, legit sold out theater. Look at that. The main bit here, the two upper sections like fucking full to the brim. People on their feet, shouting, screaming and shit. That is fucking crazy. The contrast of this and fucking Brendan performing in front of that skyline cutout on a Gringo Pappy is pretty bleak. Pretty crazy, to be fair. Pretty bleak, pretty crazy. My theory, this is my fucking, you know, made up fucking fan fiction. I have a theory that Theo Vaughn's agent told him or pulled him to one side and said, hey, you're destined for great things. I believe in you. I'm your agent and manager. I know I have to say that because I get my 10%, but I honestly do believe in you. But if you need to get to the next level, if you want to get to the next level, sorry, you have to ditch Brendan and Crystalia. You have to completely distance yourself from them because some stuff's going to come out about Chris. Maybe the agent already had a heads up about the Rolling Stone shit, whatever. Some stuff's going to come out about him and you don't want to get caught in the crossfire. I think Theo Vaughn's agent, manager, or somebody in the business told him, hey, you don't want to be next to those guys. It's not going to be good for your career, which is why he stepped away from it. But I also think Theo's not the most confrontational guy in the world. So that's why I think also he must have lied to Brendan and told Brendan it was because of his mental health. I think that's the reason. Because Brendan said, I think in the last episode, oh yeah, you got to go and sort yourself out, blah, 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 blah. I think Theo definitely told him, hey man, I'm going to have to fucking, you know, go away for a bit to get my mind right, because he didn't have the guts to tell him that, hey, my man just told me you're not good for business. Because it's no coincidence, since Theo stepped away from Thick Boy, stepped away from Brendan, stepped away from King and the Sting, stepped away from the Fire and the Kid, Brian Cannon, all those guys, his career has just gone out of the fucking universe. Like he's gone to the moon for sure. And I think that was all part of the plan. And now he's not looking back. Like, can you honestly think and envision a time when Theo's gonna sit down on the Fire and the Kid pod and ha and he with Brendan, the alleged rapist, and Brendan, the other stuff? Not gonna happen. Do you think he's gonna sit down with Crystalia, the kiddie diddler, on fucking Golden Hour anytime soon? Not gonna happen. The guy is fucking selling out theaters. Potentially has a show with the UFC in the works. He's probably going to be doing movies, more stand-up specials, more fucking podcasts like getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views. Everything's gravy. But it must be kind of sad because for Brendan at one time, they were joined to the hip. They were connected. They were friends, soulmates. You know what I mean? And now look, it's all fucking gone. Heartache, fucking heartache. What are you guys saying here in the chat? Coyle saying, I think Theo wasn't getting paid on time like everyone else at Thick Boy. Delia making fun of him for asking and Papa being drunk turned him off. Oh, good point. Good point, actually. Good point. Yeah, that might be a... Because I remember there was a point where Chris was making jokes about the pay to ERIK and to Theo at one time, right? So that could be an option. And of course, Brendan did take the piss out of Theo for asking him about his drinking and said he's got it under control. So you might have a point there. Maybe it was all kind of all part of it, right? As Brendan was saying, it was all part of a stew. It was all part of the fucking I'm moving away from you stew. Maybe. You're right, actually, there. Province says that Theo burn on Delia on the Rogan podcast ain't never getting old. Yeah, for sure. Definitely for sure. Eddie D says the show stopped being lucrative for him. An opportunity popped up. Only reason he did the podcast at the start was SCHAUB'S Rogan ties. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's true, Eddie. I think at the start he did King of the Sting because they were actually friends. They worked really well. Remember, King of the Sting originally was actually a fun show. I thought it was kind of funny because it was the one opportunity, or the one rare opportunity, the one rare piece of content where Brendan allowed somebody to, like, he allowed himself to be the butt of the jokes. He allowed himself to be the punching bag and stuff. And Theo be ripping into him, he be ripping into him, like vice versa sort of stuff. It worked out pretty well. Then along the way, I felt like Brendan started to get his feelings hurt, clearly, because he's not a comic. So he doesn't know how to, like, you know, take those kind of ribbings well. And I feel like Theo, you know, got the hint and decided to take his foot off the pedal, and then the show sort of changed and it just turned into another podcast. But when they first did it and it was like a roastings type of show, I thought that show was really good. When it first started, it was actually funny, personally. But, you know, my sense of humor isn't really for all, you know? Anyway, moving on, we've got this clip here, courtesy again of the Fire and the Kid subreddit. It's called Prom Inkring. Prom Intring. Prom Intring. The title, Prom Intring. So I guess that's how Brendan pronounces interesting or promising. No, that's how he pronounces promising. Prom is Intring. Okay, let's watch this. This is gonna be a good one.
And the problem with judging is the way that, but you knew it was gonna be a problem because it happened. It's
prom. Oh, he says prom. He doesn't say problem. He says prom. I don't know, man. Again, for my American listeners in the chat, is that an accent thing or is Brendan actually redacted? Prom. Prom? Instead of pronouncing it problem. Prom. Problem. He doesn't even pronounce the LM at the end. Prom. It's just prom. Is that an accent thing or is he redacted? Tell me in the chat.
The problem is if they're better writers. That's my biggest problem with it. It should be.
You know what I mean?
I don't have a problem with AI.
Okay, there you go. I heard a problem there. I heard a problem.
Taking jobs. I have a problem with it. And part of the problem is because
prom. He's lazy and doesn't want to finish words. Yes, Garcia Life. That's what I said. I said it wasn't redactedness, and I said it's not fucking accent. I said he knows how to say words, but he's just lazy and doesn't care, and he feels like it doesn't, you know, the laws of the English language do not apply to him. So he just kind of steamrolls through his fucking sentences. Everyone's saying redacted, poor tongue.
Because, yeah, that's the problem. Even at NBA, I'm like, what? No problem.
Brendan and Chin said we want.
I didn't say no, we want no problems. Let's talk about. There's also, but I think part of the problem too is
prom. Yo, did they share one medium pizza between it? Hold on, am I getting that right? Is that like a medium pizza on the table between 3 people? I just clocked that. Yo, Brendan is one tight fuck, innit? Is that a medium pizza for like 3 grown men? Yeah, it is. Look, 4. I just saw Eric eating it. There's one pizza for 4 people. That is so fucking tight. Holy shit. What's the budget for that? Come on, Brendan, man. You have fucking 2 bottles of fucking whiskey, 2 energy drinks, like, and you got 1 pizza for 4 people. No. Eric can eat that by himself once. 1 person. Eric can eat that all on his own. Look at that. Look at that guy. He looks like Wings of Redemption in his fucking seat there, right? Like, he can eat that on his own. 1 pizza for 4 guys is fucking brutal. That is really, really brutal. Oh my God. I just realized it because Eric was eating. I was like, hold on. Is that 1 small pizza for 4 people? Holy shit. Come on, Brendan, man. Up the little budget there a little bit. Come on.
And part of the problem is because, yeah, that's the problem. Even at NBA, I'm like, what? No problem.
Brendan and Chin said we want.
I didn't say no, we want no problems. Let's talk about. There's also, but I think part of the problem too is
Eric saving that 1 bite.
But I think part of the problem too is additional problem. Just go.
Where's that one?
Let's talk.
Okay, I need to get it. I'd get a screen grab on that, please. Yeah, there we go. There we go, Eric. Give us. Oh my God. He's savoring that one slice, man. Paper plates and all. Oh my God. Sorry, my hay fever's fucking playing up.
Talk about there's also, but I think part of the problem too is additional problem. Because going to that, the only problem with that is more. Hell yeah. So Amanda's interesting because
the interesting thing about it too, not that just
interesting fight. See, like going decision.
I like
faster.
Yeah, what's interesting about him too is when he first came
MMA Masters.
Interesting. I mean, but Colby.
Hold on. Interesting. Again, interesting is way harder to say than interesting. Interesting is way harder to say. Interesting. I swear it is. Let's do it one more time.
Interesting about him too is when he first came
faster.
Yeah, what's interesting about him too is when he first came
MMA Masters.
Interesting. I mean, but Colby
just fucking be a normal.
Isn't it interesting that interesting?
You know, it's interesting.
Interesting.
Also, here's what's interesting.
I think that this is a very interesting conversation.
What's interesting too is Abdana has good
on the ground.
Oh, interesting.
I don't think damn.
Yeah, interesting. So that's
especially for casuals. They're like, what are we doing here?
I was about to say, you talk about
catapult them just because they need the narrative. Now, yeah, it gets dicey.
Do they do that?
You can tell when Brendan's had a couple of drinks as well. He's unfortunate because I feel like I don't know if he has, but I felt like the recent weeks he's clearly not been drinking as much. I feel like his face slimmed down really a lot. So his body, you can just tell he's not as bloated. But as soon as he does these things, he just balloons up again. But you can tell when he drinks because he gets these kind of like cherry cheeks. And he has that kind of glassy look on his face, you know? It's pretty obvious straight away when he's drinking, which is kind of, unfortunate. But hey, what can you do?
In the face. Nah, man, those title. But Amanda's interesting because
interesting
in trauma, and eventually it fills up with like fluid because there's DC's killing tonight on the mic. I can't hear him, but I bet he's on
here's
Alpha.
What drives me fucking nuts.
Later, bro.
Later.
I didn't notice that. Big up the Fighting the Kids subreddit. I didn't notice that. Eric looked inside whatever that fucking rap shit was to see if there was any remnants of fucking carcass inside that he could eat. That one medium pizza wasn't it. I told you, man. He probably had one slice of a medium pizza. He's fucking hungry as fuck. He checked the inside.
Later, bro.
Look, he checked the inside of the thing. He couldn't find anything. There's no meat in there.
Later.
Just vegetables. You thought, fuck that. He saw lettuce. Fuck that shit. He closed it. Oh, Eric. He saw the lettuce. He's like, no, thank you. Holy shit. Pick up the Fighting the Kids sub. You guys are the best. I did not fucking notice that. Holy shit.
I don't know what we're going to do without him.
Oh.
I love Pauly. You and Pauly know each other for a while.
That's when you know you're hungry. When you know you're hungry, you start fidgeting with shit, you know? He's moving that paper, towel, cardboard 4 times. How many times does he move it?
What we're going to do without him.
Oh, God. Once, twice.
You and Pauly know each other for a while, huh?
3. Oh, no, one more was good twice. Okay,
cool. Is he good? I've never met him.
Yeah, he's always been that.
Talk more about the comedy store. You saw did you see the comedy mothership?
Yeah, I went.
Makers have to build back up, but
oh God Almighty, man! Oh, that was brilliant. I fucking enjoyed that. Big up, Eric. I feel your pain, brother. There's nothing worse than going to someone's there's nothing worse than somebody inviting you over under the premise that you're gonna eat, and then you get there and there's no food. There's nothing worse. Because you go there with the expectation that you're going to eat something. Or sometimes someone will tell you, hey, don't bother to get anything on the way there. Don't worry, I have everything here. Don't bring anything. And you're like, hold on, you can't be right. And you go there and there's no food. There's nothing more that would drive me more insane than going to a place where I'm promised food and get no food. So I feel you, Eric. One fucking pizza slice for one grown-ass man It's not gonna make you feel good. Look at his face. That's the face of somebody that only had one slice. Holy shit. Oh god. Anyway, let's continue this. Oh, my fucking hay fever is blowing up, man. My nose is fucking leaking like an absolute tap today. Wow, 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 wow. R.I.P. for me. R.I.P. for me and my allergies. R.I.P. for me and my fucking allergies. It is going great. Oh, yeah. Anyway, moving on from that one. We got this clip courtesy of... What's this one? Courtesy of Kill Tony subreddit. This is interesting because... This is interesting, as Brendan would say. Because... This feels like... I'm going to make an assumption here, just off the bat. This feels like something like... Most likely, Joe Rogan had some chewing gum in his pocket as they're in the green room hanging out before they get on stage. And he offered Tom Segura some. And because Joe's the alpha and he's Joe Rogan, no one ever says no. So even if he offers you gum, you have to say yes. And then you chew it because you either want to be as cool as Rogan or... You just want to fucking, you know, you want to hang out with him. You want to be friends. So you do it. And look at them. Look at them together chewing gum with the same jackets on. They got these Kill Tony jackets on, which is incredibly corny, incredibly cringe. But I'd imagine it's probably part of the show. And they gave it to them as sort of like a, you know, something to wear. But look at them both chewing at the same time. Tom Segura and Joe Rogan. Look at this.
Some fathers play catch with their son in the backyard on the weekend.
I can't, honestly. I would like to know. It must feel really odd to be Rogan. To be a grown man in your 50s and have other grown men similar age who do the same thing as you, like lick your ass and fucking kiss the ground you walk on, mention you all the time in conversations on podcasts. When you offer them a fucking piece of chewing gum, they just take it because they feel like they can't say no. It must be really, really odd. I have some sympathy for Joe. It must be strange. He has no real interactions. Everyone's either really, every time he makes a joke, they fucking laugh excessively over it. Like, it must be a strange place to be at when you're that person. It must be. In my opinion, it must be hella strange to kind of be that guy where you just offer somebody chewing on to be nice, and then they feel like they're obliged to take it, and then they're sitting there next to you with a bald head, wearing the same jacket, and chewing their fucking faces off. Now, the other theory is that they could have done a couple of lines in the back. That's the theory going on out there. There's some people that have a theory that Joe is some fucking secret cokehead, which I don't believe personally. But some people do believe that's the case. Hence why they're chewing gum. What do you guys think in the chat? Does Joe look like a cokehead to you? I don't think so.
Some fathers play catch with their son in the back.
I just think it's a new thing. Again, let's pause again. But I just think it's one of those new things, the hacks that he gets, like nicotine patches and, you know, smoking cigarettes and fucking, you know, whatever it may be. I don't think he's a cokehead, personally. Yeah, okay, nicotine gum, exactly. Yeah, there we go. See, Trisha C. I think it's one of those kind of hacks he does. Those kind of optimization, human output, productivity sort of shit that he does. Okay, he's addicted to nicotine lately. He learned too much from Sam. Okay, cool. So it's nicotine gum, most likely. Help with your concentration and keep you sharp and shit. And everyone's fucking chewing him, wearing the Kill Tony jackets. Now, question to the chat. Would you wear a Kill Tony varsity jacket? And again, forget Kill Tony. Imagine your favorite podcast, whether it's fucking Bad Friends, whether it's Matt and Shay's Secret Diary, what's it? Secret Podcast, whatever it's called, Bert's Podcast, Your Mum's House. Would you wear a podcast branded varsity jacket? Let me know in the fucking chat. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Would you? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Your favorite podcast, would you wear a varsity jacket of theirs? 1 for yes, 2 for no. What are you saying in the chat? 1 for yes, 2 for... Everyone say no. 1 for yes, 2 for no. 1 for yes, 2 for no. 2. Okay, cool. 2. Ain't strange. I've been out for a while. Cool. 2. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, cool. No one's gonna wear it. So who are they gonna sell this shit to then? 2. Because if it's me and I'm a comedian I would want one given to me. I wouldn't want to buy it. I'd want to kind of earn it because I'm a guest on Kill Tony. People think I'm funny and shit. I'm connected with the crew. It'd be quite a nice honor to get that thing given to you. But you wouldn't want to wear it as an up-and-coming comic because it'd feel like stolen comedy scene valor or something, right? It's like wearing a comedy store shirt when you're not part of the comedy store, you haven't been passed. It would feel a bit weird. So as a comedian, you wouldn't buy it. As a fan, you'd have to be a real diehard fan of a podcast to go and buy a varsity jacket. Some people out there find it hard to buy t-shirts for, merch t-shirts for podcasts, hats and mugs and tote bags. A varsity jacket is a big commitment because that's like a jacket you're wearing, right? That's a decision you're going to be wearing that all fucking day. So it's kind of fucking hard to do it. Colin's saying, sir, when AZ merch? Mine probably never, man. I think that merch stuff is kind of lame, to be fair, personally. The only thing I'd probably do is maybe make like cups or something. But I think clothes and stuff is a bit lame. But I'd probably make like a crack pipe or something, or like a grinder, like shit like that. I'd probably do way more than fucking a t-shirt or like a hat. I listen to the show. I'm a fan of this person. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's a little bit too much personally. But yeah, personally, it's a bit too much. But again, what do I know? Motoring on here. Let's continue with this one. Let's go to this one here. I missed the one. I think I missed a tab here. Yeah, let's go here. Let's miss a tab. Let's look at this one. So this is courtesy of the Final Kid again. Sub. The title is Best Brains for the Job, Mount Rushmore of Fight Predictions. Now, this is interesting because there's a narrative out there that exists where people say Brendan has the worst fight picks. Yeah, exactly, Coiler. Good point. Yeah, exactly. Even the sunglasses. Yeah, exactly, Crash and Coiler. That'd actually be a good one. Like a reverse of the Mr. Potato Head thing that Eric Griffin's got. Like have like the glasses with like an afro connected to it or some shit. That would actually be quite a good idea, actually. That's quite a good one. Anyway, I was saying, so Brendan, there's a narrative around Brendan that he has the worst fight picks, and every time he chooses a person or picks a fight for the in the UFC fight card, if you want to win money, just do the opposite of his recommendation. So whoever he says is going to win, go for the opposite person, and you're usually going to get a lot of money because he's, he doesn't analyze tape or whatever it may be. He doesn't really break down cards, and just kind of, guesses while he's kind of like half drunk, half pissed sitting on the fucking podcast. So this, I felt like, is a good example of it because it shows his predictions before the fight card that just passed, and then obviously what actually happened. And it's absolutely hilarious. So big up the Fighter Kid guys for putting this together. This is really good. You get it on the screen so you can see it here. Best brains for the job. Let's play it.
And to the co-main event, which is by far the best fight on the card. Charles Oliveira, Beneil Dariush. I'm a Dariush fan. I don't know what it is. I have nothing against Charles Oliveira. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time. First ballot Hall of Famer. One of the best to ever do it. I keep picking against him. This is going to be no different. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm sorry. Charles Oliveira. Dariush is my guy. I think Dariush gets this done. I could see him clipping him. Dariush hits harder. But also, you'll notice Charles Oliveira, even the Makhachev fight, the Michael Chandler fight, which he ended up winning the Michael Chandler fight, but Charles Oliveira will get hit. Dariush hits like a fucking Mack truck. He's very versed in kickboxing. His hands are heavy. He has a granite chin. But the difference is here, and this is why I'm picking Dariush.
That's a weird point to make about Dariush. Charles Oliveira gets hit, and somehow that means that Dariush doesn't get hit. Part of Dariush's kind of selling point is that he's super resilient. He's got a pretty strong chin. He can kind of grind fights out. He's obviously got amazing grappling, wrestling, whatever it may be. They both get hit. It's like a strange point to make. But anyway, let's just continue.
Oliveira get hit, and the guys he's fought before, because Charles Oliveira is such, he's the best submission artist we've had in the UFC as far as performance bonus and finishes go. So guys are wary of that, and they'll rock him. He gets sat down on his ass, then they're scared to go in and finish him. Dariush is a high-level black belt. He is not scared of Charles Oliveira's guard, I guarantee you. So he's going to hit him, and he's going to not be scared to go down there and finish him. So I think Dariush gets the finish there. I could even see Dariush getting a submission. But I think Dariush by either KO or submission. This thing's not going 5 rounds. And you would have to give Dariush a title shot. What are we doing here? You have to. The judges you do nothing about, fine, whatever, I'm going to eat that dick. But when it comes to giving Dariush a title shot, we have got to give him a title shot after this. Look at his resume, dude. He's won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be his 9th win in a row if he beats Charles Oliveira.
Again, in my opinion, I feel like if you've got an MMA show, and again, Brendan doesn't watch much sports. He pretends he does, but he doesn't. He doesn't really watch basketball. He's not into balls deep into NFL, really. He's not really balls deep into fucking baseball. If your kind of main nut is like making content around UFC, MMA, and you get paid well for doing it, it deserves a little bit of respect. You should be like at least analyzing the cards before, knowing your stats beforehand, having some stats to hand that you just memorize, that you just know. Like, you know, his win streak, like how many fights has Dariush kind of won back to back, the level of competition he's faced in those win streaks, the fact that he's been unlucky not to get a title shot beforehand, Charles Oliveira's fucking record, his finishes, his tendencies to get clipped, his tendencies to hit, his tendencies to kind of work really good from the back, on the ground, his submission, whatever it may be. You should have these kind of things already to hand to kind of call from. You shouldn't be on the show counting out the amount of times Beneil Dariush has kind of won, you know, fights back to back. That's a little bit weird. But again, let's continue.
Especially if he gets a finish. And Charles Oliveira was the king of the lightweight division. And it's not like this is an old weather Charles Oliveira. Y'all must have forgot. Yeah, the guy
Oliveira
lost to Makhachev. Yeah, damn near impossible to beat Makhachev right now. No, it's going to be tough. Makhachev's been reigning champ for a long time. Dariush is a different matchup for him, which we'll get into that after this. But before that, you beat Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, ever heard of him? Michael Chandler, ever heard of him? Tony Ferguson, ever heard of him? Kevin Lee, ever heard of him? Jared Gordon, ever heard of him? Nick Lentz, Jim Miller. He submitted Jim Miller, you son of a bitch. Chin, little respect there, dude. This dude has performance of the nights across the board. His last loss was in 2017 before the Makhachev title loss. But before that, his last loss was in 2017 against Paul Felder. You almost forgot Paul Felder, too. He used to be a savage. Yeah. You see him doing the commentating, looking all cute in his suit. That motherfucker's savage. He'll just run 200 miles, too, for the fuck of it. Don't give a shit. So, you know, with that being said, my point of going through Charles Oliveira's resume is if Dariush beats him, which he will, and he gets a finish, there is no rhyme or reason why he doesn't fight for a title.
Come on.
You gotta be shitting me, dude. And Makhachev, Dariush.
Calling it so outright, like, don't get me wrong. I was surprised how easily Charles Oliveira ran through Beneil Dariush. I'm not going to lie. I was expecting a far more, a bit more back and forth between them. And I was also kind of bummed for Beneil Dariush because I felt like he has been overlooked a lot in the UFC. Maybe because of his fight style. Maybe because he's not super outspoken. He doesn't do the whole WWE promo shit. He's kind of a cool, reserved, humble guy. So that maybe doesn't help him when it comes to Dana White and giving him kind of title fights and thinking he's going to be, you know, maybe someone that can attract fucking pay-per-view buyers and sell tickets, whatever maybe. He was unlucky. But I didn't think he would get mollywhopped the way he did against fucking Charles Oliveira. But I expected a far more heated, contested fight. I didn't expect Beneil to win, like, outright. I would have thought it was going to fucking, you know, go to points. But I also wasn't sitting there thinking, yeah, one of these guys is going to knock each other out. Like, it's going to be super easy. The fact that he was so confident of Beneil, you know, beating fucking Charles is a legit champion, high-level guy, has only lost recently, is really, really bizarre. Especially when you consider, again, the fact that he's a fucking former ex-professional UFC athlete himself, fighter, sorry, having no kind of understanding of that sort of stuff is wild.
Dariush is a fucking scrap, dude. And again, stylistically, Dariush poses a lot of problems for Makhachev. Now, is he going to be a favorite in that fight? No. But he has the capability on the feet to finish him, and he's also...
Talking about Makhachev when he did, honestly, why would you even talk about that, the Islam fight? Charles Oliveira was enough of a test for anybody. Like, Jesus Christ, Brendan.
No joke on the ground. He's also tough to take down. You know, so there's some differences there. Big differences. So I like Dariush's chances, especially in this fight. And against Makhachev, not a bad dog either in that fight.
Oh, really, dude? Because apparently kids subreddit. That's fucking brilliant. After all of that's been said, look what fucking happens, man. Again, don't get me wrong. Didn't expect Charles Oliveira to fucking run through Beneil the way he did, and I was really upset for Beneil because I felt like he finally got his chance on the big stage to fight a title, you know, a former champ, a title contender fight, because most likely if he would have won, he would have probably been able to face Makhachev next. The fact that didn't happen for him is really heartbreaking. He has to start his run again completely from scratch, and most likely that's his one chance gone forever to kind of challenge for the belt, especially when you consider his age. But to sit there and say that confidently Beneil would beat Charles Oliveira is fucking insulting to not only Charles, it's also insulting to the fucking sport of, you know, of the UFC, in my humble opinion. But again, what do I know? What do I bloody know? Moving on from that one, we got this clip courtesy of the Friday Kid subreddit again, where Brendan confirms he's going to do Skankfest. What's the theory with people in the chat? Actually, I'm going to actually put a poll on there right now. What do you guys think? Because I've got a feeling that he's going to turn up, but some people don't think so. Let's see what you guys think. Do you think Brendan Schaub will turn up to Skankfest? I personally think he will, but let's see what you guys say here in the fucking poll, because I feel like the Skankfest opportunity is an easy win for Brendan. It's gonna earn him a lot of fans. If he goes to Skankfest, is a good sport, is able to laugh at himself, be the butt of the jokes, laugh at other, like make some jokes himself, talk openly about certain things, he's gonna earn a lot of fucking brownie points with people online. Even people on the Find the Kid sub are gonna look at him and say, you know what, fair play. You're still a douche. We still probably don't like him, but they're gonna give him they're gonna be like, you know what, fair play. Props, well done for you. Kudos for actually going and actually showing up. Even though he's only going there because his career isn't where it probably he would like it to be. I think if this was Brendan from a few years ago, there's no chance he's going to Skankfest. He's only going there out of necessity because he has nothing else really going for him at the moment. But I also feel like it'll be a perfect opportunity to kind of rewrite the narrative, as Brendan likes to say, on his career overall going forward. So it's actually a smart idea if he goes. I think he should go. What do you guys say here in this poll? What are you guys saying here? In the poll, people are saying no. Wow, 52% people are saying he won't turn up. Wow. Okay. I think he'd be dumb not to go. He'd be absolutely dumb not to go. Just go, be the fucking human fucking piñata, let people laugh at you and shit, make their fucking jokes about your special, about the Annie Lindemann stuff, the truck walking, the Kalila, the Bobby Lee shit. Let them get it all out there. Get it all out in the open. You make your jokes, the comedy mothership shit, like everything. Be the butt of the jokes. And it actually would help to rewrite the narrative around this guy 1,000,000%. It's an easy win. All he has to do is sit there and not blow up, not want to murder everybody in the room, and it's going to be fine. Personally. But everyone says he's going to, people are not saying he's going to go there. 28 votes. 54% say no. Wow, man. You guys really don't think he's going to go? Okay, fair play. Anyway, let's play the clip anyway.
Oh, I'm doing Skankfest, Eric.
Oh, you going to do it?
Yeah. I talked to Gomez.
Oh, that's going to be something.
Are you doing it this year?
Yeah, I'm going to be there too. Yeah.
That's going to be something.
Yeah, we have to make sure.
Where's Brian tonight?
Kellen canceled 2 days ago, and he goes, "Oh, dude, I messed up. I have a dinner."
Whenever I see him drinking whiskey, the first thing I think about is the fucking heavy pour that he has and the fact that he's always driving. That's the first thing I think about. This guy must drive pissed on the regular. There's no chance Brendan's getting a fucking Uber. Uber's for poor people. You know what I mean? He's not poor. He's got Ferraris and Porsches and, big cars and Porsche trucks and shit. There's no way this guy's fucking getting an Uber. So most of the time, when he's doing this show, he's having, copious amounts of whiskey on tap, unlimited bottles of fucking Tiger whiskey because none of it's sold. Again, Tiger whiskey is another good one because I think somebody jacked the URL last time I checked. But fucking hell, mate. Like, he goes there buzz all the time. But honestly, that aside, I think this guy will be an idiot for not turning up to the fucking Skankfest. He would be an idiot. It's such an easy win. Easy win to go. Go to Skankfest, get laughed at, get teased, get ribbed, let people poke fun at you, and then earn all the brownie points people online who thought you wouldn't go, and you kind of prove them wrong. Do it. Do it. Don't not do it. Do it. Don't be an idiot. Do it, do it, do it, do it. What are we saying in the chat? Henry says, Bappa coming to East London to settle the score with you, Agostino. I don't live in East London, so it doesn't matter. Jesus Black says, I do think he knows he's not as fast as anybody that will be there, so there won't be any back and forth riffing. Oh yeah, for sure, Jesse Black. But that I think is going to be the better sell. Just sit there and let people just turn into a roast. The unofficial roast of Brendan. I think it'll go well, personally. And again, it'll earn him a lot of brownie points online. Crashes Brendan is all about the spectacle these days. Gomez says, can you call Joe from your phone? That's funny. Brandon says, this fight companion sucks so bad. Yep, true. Coiler says he can't get an Uber to drive because of the new DA. That DA joke is so good. Spider-Man says he'll use his wife's pregnancy as an excuse. Oh, Spiderman. Oh, no. That's a good one, man. I can see that happening. My wife, contractions, complications with the birth. Like, God forbid complications, but, you know, general fucking birth shit. Yeah, I can see that happening. I can see him using his kid as an excuse. That would be so bad if so. Brandon says, Addies, nicotine, whiskey, and baddies, but no carbs. He's on a diet. Strict diet. But yeah, that's a heavy pour. That's a heavy pour of whiskey. Anyway, let's play the clip. Continue.
Yeah, so Brian's on my shit list right now.
Look at that. That's the best endorsement of the Fight Companion ever, isn't it? So that's the best review of the Fight Companion. The Calabasas Fight Companion, that's the best review of it also. Brendan took Joe Rogan's fucking name and likeness with the Fight Companion and essentially turned it into this, where the guests are on there and they are bored shitless. And the reason why this is the best example of it, because if you guys remember, the reason why Fight Companion and JRE was so fun and such a good time was because for the most part, they hardly watched whatever was on. They weren't paying attention to the fights. And most of the times, the fights they were doing were like big pay-per-views. So the lineups were pretty, you know, the fights were really good. Like some high-level people fighting, and they would be far more absorbed you know, into their fucking conversations than they were watching, that they would fucking be chilling and making jokes and shit and wouldn't be paying attention to the card. So actually, when the time you watched it, all you see were four guys just speaking over each other and trying to make each other laugh, eating cheese, drinking wine. It was actually a good time. Whereas this one, you see four dudes who are bored out of their minds, trying to make conversation, and one guy just like over it. Leaning back in his chair, thinking about an excuse he can make up to leave early. Paulie Shaw is over it. Look at this. Look at that. That's a sign of a really bad Fight Companion, because the Fight Companion should be good despite you not watching it, in spite of the fights. Like, oh no, sorry. It should be good in spite of your lack of knowledge about fighting. It should be a thing where anybody who doesn't, you know, anybody could come on there who's got good chat and have a good time, because it's just like a, you know, it's just hanging out with your friends. It's not actually a thing about going there and kind of trying to prove your knowledge on the UFC. But clearly, Paulie felt like, you know what? I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna take an adult nap and just chill here. But look at that. Look at that. He's not bothered in the slightest. And it's also a little bit disrespectful, but you know, this is Paulie Shaw. He's like comedy royalty, and so he can kind of do what he wants, but it's a little bit disrespectful. If I was Brendan, I'd be a little bit disrespected, to be fair. I invite you on my show, you're leaning all over the place, you're playing on your phone. I'll be a little bit disrespected, a little bit. Anyway, the poll so far, do you think Brendan will turn up to the SKANKFEST? So far, 56% of you don't think he's going to turn up. 24% of you do think he's going to turn up, like I do. And 20% are in the Axe J segment, which I fucking love. I love the Axe J segment. But yeah. This is a good one. It says, Bappa sucking up to Paulie. Let's see what this one says. Brendan sucking up to people is never good because it always comes across incredibly heavy-handed. Actually, let me end the poll before I play the fucking clip. No, actually, let's play the clip and lead the part for a little bit more, because I'm curious. Because I'm really surprised you guys don't think he's gonna go to SKANKFEST. Anyway, this clip is titled "Papa Sucking Up to Pauly." Let's play it now. Let's see what this is saying.
No, thank you.
Look at that. That's a medium pizza for 4 grown men. Look how small it looks in fucking Eric Griffin's hands. Brendan is so tight. Like, and again, this is not that big of an issue, this show, because it's like 4 guys sitting in front of a screen on mute, watching the UFC, joking around. It shouldn't be that difficult for one of the people he employs to just go and order fucking 6 fucking pizzas. Yo, big up Lee, Wagwan. It's not that hard. Just order 6 pizzas. I don't know, 3 meats, 3 veggies, done. And a few drinks. It's not that difficult to do, like, and some fucking boneless chicken wings or whatever you may be. It's not hard. Like 1 medium pizza. That's actually worse than having no food. I'd rather have no food than have 1 medium pizza. Honestly.
That was fun. He was, he was in my
hit over the head with.
Oh, but also that was the same day that the WWE deal merger got announced too.
Yeah,
so it was a wrestling question.
And I just asked, like, is he a pretty serious question? So I wanted to follow a serious question with a little.
It's edited, so it looks like you just came out with that weird.
Tequila's good.
Yeah, right. Some chill.
Yo, am I the only one? I'm doing it while I'm fucking picking my ear, I know, but, allow me. Am I the only one that gets incredibly grossed out by the fact that Brendan just picks up the ice from the ice bucket with his bare hands supporting his drinks? Maybe he's the only one drinking on the table, so it doesn't matter. But still, like, everybody's going to be using that ice for everything. For, like, a drink, for, like, some whiskey, a fizzy, like... Surely just have some fucking tongs you could use. Surely. Come on, man. Like, that's just horrible. Eric C, I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, isn't that bad? Like, can't you just have a pair of tongs? Like, it's making me itch. Like, fuck, with your bare hands, the ice cubes. Like, come on, brother, man. Like, it's a communal fucking ice. Like, come on, spare us.
Tequila's good.
Yeah, right. Some chill tequila would be nice.
Hand me your cup.
Been up since
Saturday
5.
night.
I gotta stick with
Why-
the upper.
why-
Too, dude.
I've been up since 5.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know where I was
5 a.m.
last
sub.
night?
I'm always up at 5 though.
I was
Really?
at I was at Flint.
5.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know where I was
5 a.m.
last
sub.
night?
I'm always up at 5 though.
I was
Really?
at Flint.
Main event.
Brendan didn't give a fuck about he said.
Yeah,
You're just a good
Buster's
time,
like,
dog.
come on.
Buster's like another slice of pizza.
Oh, you know that. I didn't hit you up yet.
Do your best, brother.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, love you, bro.
Thanks. Love you too, man.
I
Later,
told
brother.
you. I told you.
Later. That's good. All right, bro. Later. Have a good one.
What kind of hug is that? That's such an awkward hug. What kind of hug is that? What position is this? What is that? What is this? Is that the way they hug in LA? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, what is this? Like, it's like, hug me, don't hug me. No, it's like, get your hand off me, put your hand on me. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, is that like a hug that you do to prove that you're not gay? So you're not, you know what I mean? Look, like, the dicks aren't touching each other. Like, we don't have any rumors of gayness, so we have to, like, hug like this to the side. Like, what is that? Why are they hugging like this? And Brendan's face coming up to his fucking navel was a bit funny as well. Look at this. That was a funny one. Where was it? Look at his Appy's navel. This is so... What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this show? What the fuck is this show? Somebody tell me what the fuck is this show? Papa Shaw saying bye to all the kids. Oh my god. Oh god. What is this, man? Like, it's so fucking strange. Any kind of real emotion at the show, it's like really strange the way they show it. Like, just can't just be normal. Just hug each other normally. Either you, like, don't do in between. Either hug normally, or just do the spud, or just like wave. Like, don't do an in between thing. It's like they don't want to touch each other, but they do, but they don't, but they do. You know? Make your mind up. Come on, stop honey dicking me.
Thanks. Love you too, man.
I
Later,
told
brother.
you. I told you. Later. Later's good. All right, bro. Later.
Yeah, exactly. Coiler made it right there. It's what the fuck, hugging grandma when you leave too early. Exactly. That's a good example. Where you say you're gonna hang out with your parents and you decide to leave after an hour, and it's like an awkward one because you know they're gonna talk about you when you leave. You know they're gonna call your fucking auntie and your uncles and complain about you that you don't care about them and shit. You know you're gonna fucking get it when you leave. You know, so you just do that awkward hug and you just run away. That's the kind of thing going on there. But look at this. What weird position to hug? Like, look, like I've never hugged anyone like that in my life before. Like to the side like that. Oh, big up Probin 187.
I go do more daytime lives, G, so I can add my 2p.
Yeah, Probin, I will, man. Today, tomorrow, another one on fucking Friday with my guy Rodeo. We're gonna be doing loads of fucking live day streams. Cause yeah, I got some time. So yeah, we'll do some today, tomorrow, and Friday. Back to back to back. So daytime streams, we're gonna be doing them.
You left a gordita. Thanks, bud.
You left your gordita. Eric takes it, opens it.
Bro.
Later.
Lettuce only. No, thank you.
I love Pauly. You and Pauly know each other for a while, huh?
Lettuce only. He says, no, thank you. I don't want that. I don't want that. Anyway, what's the poll say now? Fuck, man. 53% for you don't think he's going to go Skankfest. That's bad. Okay, cool. I'm going to end the poll. I still think he's going to go. Like I said, I feel like he'll be a dummy not to go. He's going to be fucking stupid and redacted if he doesn't go. And I feel like it's going to be an easy win for him. It's going to put him in a good grace with a lot of people. People are going to look at him differently and shit. It's going to go well. He should go. But, you know, you're probably not going to go. But you should go, in my opinion. Anyway, poll ended. Thank you all those that took part. Next, we got a little musical intermission for you guys. Little musical intermission while I actually blow my nose. So let's hear the fucking crooning, the absolute vocal cords of this absolute stud coming at you live and direct. You know the vibes. You know it is. You know the talent. You know the name. Let's play.
Tell me all about it. Tell me about the plans you're making. Oh, tell me one more thing before I go. Tell me how am I supposed to live without you?
Honestly, bro, this guy's fucking shit. He's fucking shit. I swear to God. You know what it sounds like? You know when you have those keyboards in school where like it's got like pre-programmed like instrumentals that you can play and then you can like sing over them. You know what I mean? Those keyboards. And then you play and it'll like play like, I don't know, like a 112 song or like a Backstreet song and you can sing along to it or play along to it. That's what he fucking sounds like. Like he sounds like one of those guys or like some guy at like your church choir who thinks he can sing, but he's a good singer for the church. But then when you put him outside of the church, he just sounds like a fucking some random dude in the train busking for money and shit. But this is fucking awful. It's the faces that I love the most. It's the fucking faces. Let me actually get it up properly so you can see this. But it's the faces. Let me zoom in. Because the faces he pulls when he's singing is legitimately, for me, the best thing about this overall. Look at the face. Look at the faces. Look at the face. Look at the face. Look at it. Look at it. His hands between his legs.
Now I've been loving you so long.
This nigga's so fucking lonely, isn't it? He's so fucking lonely. He's so lonely. Like, imagine being his age, Asian, because, you know, it comes with a lot of fucking, I know, you know, being a black guy, African dude, like, it comes with a lot of pressure when you're, like, you know, older and you're single and shit, you're not tied down, you got no kids and whatnot. There's fucking pressures coming at you from all over the place, right? And then imagine being like Asian with all those pressures. You're over 40, you live alone, and you're into R&B music. Every day must be like hell because R&B music can put you in your fucking feels. You can find a record out there that's gonna speak to a situation, that's gonna vocalize your heartache and your pain, and you're sitting there just crooning. Tell me how you know. Tell me how you know. Tell me, like what? Fuck off.
How am I supposed? How am I supposed to live without you? And how am I supposed to carry on?
Nigga's got 2 microphones. Like he's who's that band? I like the way you're working, no diggity. I like to bag it up. Remember that guy in that song, that singer, he would have this little tube he put into his fucking guitar. Like it was a little thing that made his voice like, you know, sound like a guitar or some shit. Do you guys know what I mean? What band was that? I like the way you're working. What song was that? No Diggity. Is it No Diggity? No Diggity. What group was that? No Diggity lyrics. Let's see this. What song was it? What's the band? Oh, it's Blackstreet. Yeah, No Diggity, Blackstreet. Do you guys remember the lead singer of Blackstreet? He'd have like a guitar with like a fucking tube that went into it. Yeah, anyway, whatever.
When all that I've been living for is gone.
Can you imagine being at home, at work, after hours, singing R&B music on your own? Honestly, at this point, you just gotta start paying for pussy. Fuck it. Just start paying for it. Fuck it, man. Paying for it. Call up Bobby Lee. Go to fucking get his recommendations to Tijuana or to the Philippines or wherever where you get underage girls and just go there. Fuck it, man. You get a record. You get on the sex offenders list, but so what? At least you got a funny story to tell. At least you got something to add to your fucking mystique. You know what I mean? Fuck it. At this point, you just gotta go out there and just pay for something. Get some girl from Eastern Europe to come over here and fucking live with you and shit. Something, man, because this guy is fucking lonely. Like, you can tell. This guy needs a girlfriend fucking ASAP. He'd be spending his free time at work singing fucking shitty R&B music into 2 microphones. Oh, the faces. Honestly, my levels on my computer are in red. Like when he sings, he blows out my fucking speakers or my headphones, sorry, that I'm using. Like the levels are fucking crazy. Let's hear that one more time.
Now I've been loving you so long. How am I supposed to live without you? And how am I supposed to carry on?
How am I supposed to carry on? Yo, Chin, I love you, guy. I think you deserve more money than what you're on. You're the most important person out there in Thick Boy, but you have to leave the singing alone, my guy. You have to leave it alone. Leave it alone. Go touch grass. Go to Tijuana, fucking Philippines. Go to fucking Cambodia. Go to Colombia. Fucking Hungary, Budapest. Somewhere. Get yourself a nice little itch. Go to fucking Romania with fucking, what's his name? Andrew Tate. Do something, bruh. You need some female company because singing alone in a studio like that after work, R&B music at your age, that's a sign. That's a cry for help. I know it because I've been there. I know the cry for help. And you're outside jogging to fucking R&B music and your tears are rolling down your face. Remembering what she smelled like, remembering her touch. Like, I know what it's like. So, honestly, sort that situation out, brother, because it might end up getting really, really bleak for you really quickly. But you know what? What do I know? What do I know? Anyway, moving on from that one. What's we got to play here? Oh, let's play this. Yeah, let's play this. So, before I leave. because my nose is fucking, honestly, my nose is leaking. My hay fever is going all over the place. I've got a pile of fucking tissue paper debris all next to me and shit. God almighty. My life is a horror. So, let's play this clip. So, going on from the no jumper stuff, right? Just to end the no jumper stuff, I feel like I got to end it on here. I feel like I've missed out a lot on maybe not fucking dating or being with fucking the Caucasian ladies out there, because I didn't know you guys can get away with talking to your fucking partners of the Caucasian persuasion like this, because this is fucking wild, right? YURIY is currently in Las Vegas. If you're wondering who YURIY is, he's a host at No Jumper, and also associated with other people who are there over at No Jumper. And he's there in Las Vegas with his girlfriend, RYLEE, and another guy called TOKE and her girlfriend. So two couples are out in Las Vegas together in an RV hanging out. But YURIY is also a live streamer, an IRL streamer, similar to like these Idol Ice Poseidon, where he basically streams his entire day. And obviously, to regular people, streaming your entire day when you're in company, it's fucking annoying. And his girlfriend, RYLEE, clearly doesn't like it. And they get into some arguments on the bus, right? And I honestly could never get away with speaking to a black woman like this. So you guys out there that date white ladies, you have it good. I swear to God, because if you can get away with this type of shit, oh my God. Listen to how he speaks to his fucking girlfriend off camera, live on stream, in front of strangers, and in front of people on the internet. Listen to this shit.
Going, babe, or no?
No.
Are you going home?
Yuri,
You said you were doing that.
I can't go home right now. It's midnight. I will be have to.
Why would you tell me you're going home right now then?
Tomorrow.
That's crazy how you would text me that then.
Tomorrow? So I don't bother you anymore?
So, RYLEE's texting YURIY while he's live on stream, you know, her feelings and shit, doing what girls do. And he's then calling her out for it in front of the camera and putting her on the spot and talking to her in that way. Kind of semi-gaslighting, you know, whatever. Yo, I would have had a phone thrown to the side of my head. A punch or something would have happened. She would have maybe slapped the fucking live stream camera off or turned the Wi-Fi off or something. You guys have it good over there with the white ladies. I swear to God, because Jesus Christ.
Who's bothering you? You're no, I'm bothering you. It's like I'm bothering you. You're the only one stressed out in this whole fucking camper van. Bruh.
Yes.
Dude.
And the worst thing, that sound you're hearing is the text-to-speech. Somebody makes a donation. So everybody's seeing them argue on stream. So the people that are texting to speech in donations are then trolling both people. And they're sometimes saying insulting, you know, and hurtful things to RYLEE. And fucking YURIY is seeing these messages pop up on his phone and he's just letting them play out. He's letting the text-to-speech just play. He's not pausing or skipping it. He's just letting them play out. And the ones that are trolling and hurting the feelings of his girlfriend. It's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. Now we have Horizon telling RYLEE to stop.
No.
Tim Hanks dropped a bag of $2. Toke scroll down to the bottom of Allie's Instagram. She posted the most delicious thirst traps ever. Can we encourage her to post more similar content?
No, I'm a mom and wife.
Yeah, she's a mom, bro. But yeah, she used to post that shit. I mean, that's what it was, bro. Who cares?
Why do you keep shaking your head at me?
Stop
shaking your head at me. Like,
who cares?
What do you think is going on there? I've got a feeling that he might be doing that thing that boys sometimes do, where you don't have the courage to break up with somebody. So you start acting like a fucking prick. You start acting really kind of combative. You start being rude just so you can push that person away from you because you don't really want to be with them. But you don't have the courage to just say, I don't want to be with you. So you just start being a bit of a brat. Or it could be because of his lack of experience with girls, he genuinely doesn't know how to like deal with women. Like he just generally doesn't have enough clue. There's a theory on this No Jumper subreddit that he might have, is it autism? What's that thing where you don't know social cues? Is it autism? Is it autism? That thing where you don't have social cues? Where you can't read people's social cues and shit, and you just say shit matter-of-factly, and you don't, that's one. No, autism. Thank you, Elephant Graveyard. Asperger's. People are saying on a sub, he might have Asperger's because he doesn't really read social cues. And the weird thing about it, if I'm not mistaken, YURIY is like 29. He's not like He's not 19 or something. He's kind of grown enough to know better. But also, he admitted that Riley's his first girlfriend ever. So maybe that might explain how he's acting, but I honestly cannot believe that he's getting away with talking to her like this in front of people. This is the thing that's blowing my mind. Another clip showing you the beef.
I do is another. No, I'm 100% serious. Anytime I look at you, you roll your eyes at me. Yeah, you do.
Not like this, yes.
You're like this all the time, all day, every day. You're like this.
$1.99. This sank faster than the Titanic.
I'm not, bro. If we can make a compilation of every time you've got annoyed and what I did beforehand, like I feel like you'd be shocked.
That's a real good way to earn the respect and to make sure your partner loves you by pointing out to a woman all the mistakes they've made. she's definitely going to agree with you, and she's definitely going to tell you that everything is blessed. For sure, it's a great tactic. Great tactic to get someone that you love to love you even more by telling them that they always do things wrong. I fucking love it.
Just stop getting mad at me and rolling your eyes at me. Like, give me like some space without having to stress about what you are like going through, and then also the stream at the same time. It's so hard to worry about the stream and your emotions.
Okay, this guy is at the stage where he would actually break up with his girlfriend if it meant he could continue his streaming career, which is fucking wild. Do you reckon there's boys like that out there? There's guys out there that exist who would break up with a girl if it meant it was hampering their streaming, which it isn't, because this is like a really weird example because it's an IRL stream of a trip in Las Vegas. He could compromise and say, hey, I'm going to stream 6 hours a day and turn it off for the rest of the time. But in his head, there's no compromise. If he's IRL streaming, he's doing it all day, especially because he likes to get the tips and donations. That's how he makes most of his money. But to decide to pick streaming over a partner is a commitment. That's a commitment.
At the same time, when you're so emotional constantly.
It's so embarrassing.
I know this is embarrassing. I would love to not talk about this on stream, but you're putting me in the you're putting me between you're putting me between a rock and a hard. What do you mean? What cool guy? I don't know, dude. You're putting me in between the worst position. Like, I'm on stream right now, dude, and I have to deal with you
calling your girl dude. Honestly, you guys have it good, man, with these ladies. I swear to God, I wish I could get away with shit like this. I wish I could. Dude. That's a triggering word. Sometimes if you call your girl by her name during an argument, it'd make her explode. Don't call me by my fucking name. Like, honestly, to call her dude, yo.
Text me paragraphs, and I'm just like, bro, what is going on? I'm on stream and I'm replying to this. I'm doing
texting me paragraphs. Yo, I wish I could say this. I wish I could get some of this shit off. I wish.
Doing this, and I have to start a new stream, and I have to do it. And bro, it's so much shit. My brain's gonna explode right now, bro.
And you guys just do your own thing, and I just fucking chill. No, everybody just take a deep breath.
Dude.
Okay,
it's amazing, man. And just the arguing in front of strangers also is super strange. Yeah, it's proven. I don't know what we have to go to do differently. I don't know, because me arguing in front of people that you don't know isn't really on either, because it's just a bit weird. You don't want to make people around you feel uncomfortable. You don't want to, you don't want to basically show up your girl in front of company. You don't want to look like you're one of those type of guys. You want to make a good impression in front of your friends, especially if they're friends of your girl, whatever it may be, right? And just in general, you don't want to air out your dirty laundry in front of people. But they're doing it in front of people they're hanging out with on a double date. And they're also doing it live on stream. It's like, God almighty, man, this is fucking brutal. But it might be just the evidence of a relationship going south. It just might be one of those things, Just like they're going south. It's kind of breaking down. It was always going to get to this place. Nothing else they could do. This is a fucking hilarious one. Look, hear this. This text of speech is fucking brilliant. Listen to this text of speech that somebody sends in. This is fucking awesome, man. Listen to this.
Yuri, the more you eat her box, the less Riley will engage in petty arguments.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
AK-47 Dow dropped a bag of $1.99. What happened? Another argument? I missed.
Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. I don't know if it's Asperger's or just him just being super immature because he's like 29 going on 19. But Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. Like, compromise at least a little bit with your girl on a trip. Especially if you're doing IRL streams. Like, as much as you want to stream, some people want to have their own fucking holidays also. You're kind of impeding on their time also. Like, I don't know. Just be a little bit, you know, a little bit understanding. Maybe. Just a tiny bit. Another clip here from the argument. This is a brutal one, actually. Listen to this one. Let's play it.
Dropped a bag of...
Yeah, what's that? Yeah, exactly. 7 Dirty saying it's like he hates his girl. Exactly. That's a feeling you get. So I'm leaning more towards the side of him just not having the courage to say that he wants to break up. Because I've done it before before myself. I'm sure other boys have done it, where you just kind of purposely cause arguments so that that person can leave you instead of you leaving them because you're too much of a pussy to say it. So I think he's doing the same thing. But he's also that kind of guy who it will happen and then he'll be completely heartbroken over it. And then be wondering why he ever broke up with her. Do you know what I mean? So he kind of wants to have both things. He kind of wants to have the girlfriend, have her not be, you know, have her not be annoying and not impede on his stream. But also he doesn't want to be fucking alone. You know, that kind of thing. It's weird.
Dropped a bag of $1.99. How is it not obvious to leave her alone, urinal?
Urinal.
But I'm not the one instigating the shit.
What can I do to like make you have fun or be happier? Like what can I possibly do so we could stop this right now?
There you go. You see how you're able to like talk to me and conversate? Every time I'm on stream and I look at you and I'm like, oh hey, like oh like I'm like trying to I'm even like trying to be like, hey, how's the weather up there? It just fucking growling stares and just like demonic looks of just like, oh how dare you, how dare TTM.
Demonic looks. He's calling his girl a demon.
It's like you just hate the streams, you hate what I do, and you hate what's going on. That's just what it feels like. And this is just my life. I've been doing this before I even knew you, so I don't even know what
Oh, how do you get away with this shit, man? Honestly, how do you get away with this? Who do I need to find? Whoa, I was doing this before I met you. You simply do not matter. Nobody knows who you are. Yo, Yuri on fucking demon time right now, bruh. He's been hanging out with Sharp way too much.
You just hate the streams, you hate what I do, and you hate what's going on. That's just what it feels like. And this is just my life. I've been doing this before I even knew you, so I don't even know what the fuck I can do here. You started this though. You put me in this position. Just like I don't know.
Yuri dropped a bag of $1.99. Finally, it's my time to talk. Sorry, Harmonious Gang. I've been super stressed.
Jesus Christ, man. Honestly, just even the texter chats. Can't you just turn off the texter chats when it's something that's insulting your girl or making it awkward? Can't you just turn that off for a little bit, brother? But no. For some reason he can't. For some fucking reason he can't. What an absolute weirdo type of person, man. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Oh, one more awkward one. We're witnessing the death of a relationship in real time is absolutely hilarious to see. Let's do it one more time. Come on, Yuri. Show us how to be a good boyfriend.
What's going on?
Nothing.
You texted me though.
Nothing.
What's going on?
Nothing. I don't.
You know, like we're not gonna be able to ever get over anything if you can't just talk on camera when I'm on. I'm good. Then why did you come on the strip when I'm gonna be on camera the whole time? So you're gonna say nothing the whole time?
I'm not saying that I'm not.
It's not. No, you don't have to have a fight. It's like you have to be able to conversate. Okay. You've been like absolutely mute.
The way he's talking down to her is fucking brutal. You don't know how to conversate. Why did you come on this trip if you knew I was going to stream? I was doing this before you. You do not matter. Like, he is talking down to her so badly. Yo, this is fucking insane. That girl must really love this boy. Because I don't understand how you'd put up with this shit. He's insulting her intelligence, gaslighting her. Like, it's fucking crazy. Oh my god.
Dude, I'm not in a good mood.
You're like texting me right now, right? I'm on stream. It's like if you're gonna text me, you might as well talk about it. What is it?
I don't want to fucking keep ruining your stream.
You're not right now. You are.
You keep telling me that I've made.
Oh, you see that? I don't want to keep ruining your stream. He didn't even comfort her saying, no, you're not. I'm just trying to talk this through, babe. He said, no, you are now. He didn't even try and comfort her. He just said, yeah, you are. Did he? Did he say that? Hold on.
Ruining your stream.
You're not right now. You are.
Right now you are. He didn't even try and comfort her like, nah, babe, don't worry. You're not ruining my stream. I just want us to talk through our issues here. I don't want it to be tense because I'm going to be on stream for a while. Don't listen to the chat. They're just trying to troll. Whatever. Just comforting words. Nothing. No, you are now. You're ruining my stream right now. You're wasting my time right now.
You keep telling me that I'd make you unhappy and all.
I'm not saying you're making me unhappy. No.
You did. You said that I
no,
make
I
you
did.
unhappy.
No, I did not say that.
Okay.
I'm saying that you're making it difficult. Why can't you just?
I'm not saying you're making me unhappy. You're making it difficult. I love when guys get into their semantic bags and stuff like this. I love it. I love it. The semantic thing is fucking awesome. Those kind of games do not work well with girls. They fucking hate it. It actually makes them way more angrier. But guys love it. I know I do it sometimes. That's semantics. No, I didn't say happy. I said, oh, I fucking love it.
Just talk.
I just want to, like, if I need to go
like, no, you want me to assume what's wrong with you constantly.
You keep putting me off. I don't want to yell in here, especially when it's.
You don't have to yell. You know, you could talk.
Done.
So am I.
Technical issues.
You go into, yeah, I go.
No, you're right. People are saying the women are a bit annoying as well. Not gonna lie, he's a bit of a knob, but she's yeah, cool, of course. But I think in a relationship between a man and a woman or whatever, one person has to take the position of being the, what's that thing called? The diffuser. You can't have both going back and forth trying to catch each other out. That's not going to work. It leads to more arguments. And usually it's a sign that you're not compatible. One person has to kind of be like, you know what? Cool. No worries. I understand where you're coming from. Let's not talk about this too much. Let's try and fucking resolve this. I want to get it back. Let's make up again. Let's make this good. How can we move on? Whatever. Someone has to be the diffuser. You can't just be both amping each other up. Like going to this place where you're both going to explode and you're going to start saying some mad shit to each other that you can't take back. That's the issue at hand. No one wants to kind of like pull back and be like, okay, cool. Fair enough. I understand where you're coming from. You know, I said my thing. I get where maybe what I said could have come across to you a different way. Let's just resolve this. Someone has to do that. And I feel like usually in this type of situation, it should be the responsibility of the dude. Because in most relationships, girls are usually better at, you know, arguing and shit. So if that's the case and you're not a confrontational type of guy and you're kind of chill, it's your responsibility to kind of maybe diffuse it so you can have a good life. You know, no stress. You can chill out. You won't have her fucking giving you daggers behind your head. It works for everybody. So diffusing is basically the name of the game, in my opinion.
We can't even celebrate that we got here and have a good time. No, we have a negative ass Nancy over here in the.
Oh, honestly, he's talking to other people about her complaining. Yo, you could not get away with this with any other girl. Honestly, Jesus Christ, bruh. Jesus Christ.
We can't even celebrate that we got here and have a good time. No, we have a negative ass Nancy over here in the corner, dude. Stop being a negative Nancy. Bruh.
Robo dropped a bag of $3. Honestly, Toke and Ally got a wholesome vibe tonight.
Wow. Calling your girl a negative Nancy on live stream in front of fucking company? Woo! That's what you know you want to break up. I want to be single, I want to be a bachelor, I want to be on my own. Fuck everybody, fuck everybody. Gonna call you a negative Nancy. That's what you're definitely doing, man. But anyways. So, I have to go now. I'm fucking smelling like fucking shit. I have to shower, get my fucking medication, clean the fucking flat, do that shit I need to do. So, I'm gonna have to love you and leave all of you right now. I'll probably be back later on for another show, maybe do the Agostino Zinga show, my cultural commentary, fashion-y type of podcast later on. So if you want to tune into that sort of stuff, tune in maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours later. I'll be back. But for now, I'll be hoovering, I'll be cleaning, I'll be wiping my ass, rubbing my fucking armpits, cleaning the back and the side of my neck, inside this little groove of my arm, behind my fucking knees with a washcloth, with a loofah, scrubbing the fucking undersides of my fucking balls, right? I'll be doing all that good shit. So, thank you for those of you for tuning in. It's been a fucking pleasure to have all of you here tuning in with me. If you've enjoyed the show, please make sure that you smash the like button down below for me. That'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. I will appreciate a little like down below for your boy. That would be appreciated. Of course, you can share the show as well. That would be appreciated. But apart from that, that is all. Usually, I strip the audio from this show ASAP and upload it as a podcast. If you want to check out it via audio, just listen to it in the background. You can check out the links in the description to Spotify and Apple and shit, and you can see it there. But for everybody here, I appreciate all of you. Thank you for tuning in. I see everyone in the chat. Big up Koila. Big up Kevin, Cornell, Proven187. Big up The Elephant Graveyard. Big up you. Big up Tricia. Big up Crash 1948. 1984, sorry. Appreciate you. 7 Dirty. Who else is in here? Let's scroll up. We got Raul Duarte, Dragon Fox Solid, Max Fisher, Jesse Black. Who else is here? Who else is here? Let it be known. Brandon, John Robert Potter, Brian, all of you in the chat here. Appreciate every single one of you. It's been a fucking blast. We're gonna close it out with a little tune. See you guys again very, very soon. Peace out. Be safe. Make sure you like the stream down below, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Little Brows, Eric Griffin, take it away, you pieces of shit. Yeah.
Trying to get my pockets bigger than a thick boy.
Yeah, yeah,
Swagger so
yeah.
lit, it probably make you sick.
Let's all suck Brendan's dick. Come on.
If you looking for the wave, this is it. Me and Griffin had to flip it to some old school shit.
Yeah,
riding in the whip, wheels jumping on hydraulics. I've been grinding every day, feeling like a workaholic. I can't even really call it, I just call it what it is.
Donuts in the chat. Donuts in the chat for the thick boys.
Because
Brendan is a thick boy.
Brendan is a thick.
That boy big as fuck. Tell me why you're so thick, boy. Don't you work out enough? You got baby making hips, boy. That booty wide as a truck.
Wide as a truck.
And even though we give you shit, boy,
like the stream,
we still gotta give it up. Let me tell you about the thick boy.
Big.
Ride around the city making big noise.
Nice
Small
noise.
city kid in a big town. First name Brendan, friends call him Big Brown. Like Drake on 1,000 sedatives.
Yeah.
It's hard to find somebody that's better than Big Brown, pound for pound.
Yeah,
Ride
yeah.
around town, can't believe what I found. Brandon Shop, thick boy mob.
Eric, use some self-respect, bro. Singing about your boss like this, croning about your boss having a big bum, about having a big dick, about him lifting weights, about him being a big boy, admiring his physique, is incredibly sus!
Tall, silky, buttery, corn on the cob. Definitely the man for the job, cause CTE can't stop my dog. Brendan is a thick boy.
He's a thick boy because he pays me a lot.
That boy big as fuck. Tell me why you're so thick, boy.
Because he pays me a lot.
Don't you work out enough? You got baby making hips, boy. That booty wide as a truck. And even though we give you shit, boy, we still gotta give it up.
Yeah, we done. 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 Anyways, big up Eric for tuning in. Appreciate all of you guys. See you guys again very, very soon. Take care. Be safe. Peace.